They could always release something else or something more.
If they have DLC subclasses, I swear to God.
Well, I thought of it in book format because if they release like the next book, which is Sword Coast's guide, there's so much in that book.
Okay, so I'm gonna toss this into. Oh, also art. I'm sorry we haven't been able to do the RP for your character talking to anybody.
Is he even here?
I don't know if he's here.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, the art you're looking for has been disconnected. Please hang up and try again.
Just a heads up, I just started streaming, so.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I will conduct myself correctly.
Just want to let you guys know.
See low.
I will conduct myself correctly until I have to go.
There we go. There's your boy.
There's my boy.
Because that's basically his race. Bald humanoid.
Yeah.
Blue Man Group.
Basically, if he was a bard.
And here's is when I multi-class into part.
That'd be funny, though. That would be really funny.
It would. You want to know why it would be funny? It's because I came in on that flying vehicle.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, Lord.
Singing.
All right. So let me just do a quick thing on Twitter to announce that we are starting.
Shit, I have an hour left. Goddamn. I didn't realize it was so early.
All right, doing that. And then... No, it's Twitch. Derp. I'm awake. First, my long-ass name. There it is.
The name's Jake. Jake last name.
Okay, I'll need you to roll deception.
Hold on.
Are you actually doing it?
I'm
No.
actually a divination.
Well, am
wizard,
I
and
actually
said
rolling?
it's
Yes.
not 20.
Jesus fucking
Oh,
Christ.
Jake last name here is... Yeah, it's plus 10 because he adds his wisdom as well to his charisma, to any of his charisma rolls.
Yeah, because Fey Wanderer Ranger. And I have a +5 to both wisdom and charisma.
Do you have proficiency, though?
No.
Yeah, that's the worst part. He doesn't even have proficiency.
You should see my persuasion.
Persuade me. Yeah, plus 14. Yeah. That's kind of nuts, my boy.
Yeah, somehow it's not worse than, like, somehow this is a point worse than my active perception.
My
Well,
perception,
yeah.
Not even touching.
my perception is it's a plus 11.
I have a +13.
Why am I?
perception,
Why do I
but-
always have trouble finding OBS Studio? I don't know why.
Persuasion
Art, are you back?
is 9.
I'm back now. What's up?
Cool. I wanted to apologize since we weren't able to do the RP thing.
Hey, don't worry about it. I've been ungodly fucking busy this week. because I was originally supposed to be in the United States right now, but unfortunately my passport was expired. So I was basically for the past like 3 days running around doing paperwork and getting shit in order to get my passport reinstated.
And my question is, why didn't you do that before?
Because I'm a fucking idiot.
No, okay, I'll give you that much.
I feel
Because I thought it was fine because my parents' passports expired in like 3 years from now, and we all got them renewed at the same time. So you know, by extension, you would think that your own passport was not expired. But I was
Yeah.
incorrect because I turned of age between getting that passport and now, and so I had to reapply.
Okay, we are live, and I'm gonna increase the size of you guys so you're easily able to be seen. There we go. Cool. Maybe a little more. There you are.
Buh.
Oh, indeed.
Buh.
So-
Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Welcome.
Did you really have to announce it by opening something?
yes, I fucking did.
You gotta get that God can.
What do you mean you need to stop multiclassing? That just means you need to multiclass more, damn it!
All of the traits, all of the features.
Now you just
All
need
the
2 levels of
things.
fighter and you'll be great.
I don't tempt me.
Multi-class into the Spectral Manager so that you can manage your sheet more effectively.
I did.
No, but then all the Karens will want to come after him.
That would be a very fun encounter.
Not for me.
lie.
Not for me.
The party suddenly encounters, suddenly a rift opens in the world, and a privilege of Karens walk out.
Privilege of
Why do I suddenly
Karens.
feel myself in danger?
There's a fucking term for them?
There is now.
There's a
Yeah.
fucking herd term, and it's called a privilege?
Someone made it up, and it just
True.
stuck
That's
with me.
really funny.
All right. So, welcome back, everyone. We are going to be missing our dear sweet bird because they're not feeling well.
Understandable.
Also,
Also sad, but
belated happy birthday to our dear Ozzy, who will be
Ozzy.
oi oi oi.
Wait,
Oi, oi, oi.
Who will be going to spend time with family to celebrate, which we understand.
Happy
In an
day
hour.
birth thing.
or
In an hour.
Go drink.
God, I
But
Thanks.
last
drink
time,
and be merry.
but I want to be Karma
Wow.
or Joe, depending on who you're asking.
Wow.
Now then, bad jokes aside, welcome back to insert moving verb, insert alternate term for shadows, insert alternate term for fighting, and insert alternate term for truths. Listen,
I tried
I'm
thinking of
lazy. I
something, but
didn't.
nothing came to head. Damn.
But yes. Last time, you guys were able to deal with the smugglers because a lot of them were unconscious or dead. Or just slightly going crazy due to having seen a giant eye.
Yeah, we imprisoned them and sent them back. They were
Aw.
undercooked.
They were undercooked. So you sent them back to the kitchen by ship, so that's
Oh
going to
my
take a while.
God.
In fact, they were partially frozen too, so you know.
Yeah.
Incredibly undercooked.
In the meantime, because you were missing for 4 days, Art, who had thoughtfully set up an entire relay of, if you don't hear back from me for in X
By
amount of
nightfall.
hours, by nightfall, I'm in trouble, send help. Well, they sent help 4 days later. Why it took them 4 days? We're not exactly too sure. That wasn't really asked. Probably due to the fact that they were gathering all those people. Because
There was a lot of them.
literally the entire Merchants Guild came out on force. With a screaming and incredibly worried Goldfinger at the fore, wanting to find their baby.
I just adopted this one. I'm not gonna lose them now.
Yo.
My baby! Daddy's coming! Anyway.
We also
That hurt
helped
my
a
feelings.
living island.
Yes. In the meantime, you were able to make contact with the locals, which were a bunch of spiderlings. Or arachne. Spider people.
And me and Ozzy are off to speak with the wonderful Wizard of Island.
Yes.
You're not.
You were...
Oh my god.
You're not wrong. You were able to fix the issue with their heart, as in the living island's heart, because apparently the spiderlings are caretakers of the island. And the heart was able to beat properly, and you were able to also meet the mind. Very specifically, you had Art and Ozzy go to speak to both the mother of all the Arachne and the mind of the island. Because, again, you found out it was a living island. I'm not sure if it was properly... No, it was spoken out. You were able to find out that the creature was under a powerful geas in order to keep it from moving. And the name that came out, because I do remember that a name was mentioned,
Yes.
was Wizard Smalls.
Smalls.
Yes.
Watch him be like 7 foot tall. He's also probably 7 feet under at this point.
Maybe.
Alright,
Um,
who the fuck knows?
What was that?
Now, at the end, you were able to go back to the surface, thanks to a wonderful use of water walking, which, when cast underwater, shoots you up to the surface, so you can actually walk on the water.
That was fun.
Fortunately, you weren't deep enough for water pressure, bends, etc., 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 so, you know, you're fine.
We ball.
And we finished with all of you back on the surface. And at this point, the Merchants Guild had finished taking stock of the island. Nobody else was found on it. They were made aware of the Arachne. Goldfinger had a very interesting reaction to that. He fainted.
Arachnophobe.
Twig, your dad's fainted.
My dad's a little special.
Just a bit.
Just a little bit.
Now see here, I'm not an arachnophobe. I just hate things with too many legs.
You're not. Quit digging your hole deeper.
He's not racist. He just hates all insects and arachnids equally.
Oh my god.
So he's specious. Got it.
If we're being facetious about it, yes.
Oh my god.
Now then, with that said, the surrounding area is being secured, and a couple of arts people who help him work on setting up new buildings, laying out the land, things like that, are identifying the best place to put the new casino.
Yes, while I go off to see if the island will even allow me to do so, because now I know it's alive!
To cut an incredibly long story short, yes, it will.
It will allow it.
Hey!
With the caveat, with the understanding that you will help protect it and its residents,
Mhm.
and
That
that the
is what I
residents will
wanted to
not
say anyway.
lose their home.
Yes. So the terms that I wanted to put into place are pretty much: you are free to go and wander as you wish. I don't wish to keep you restrained. My people will help upkeep and maintain the land above, and make sure that this island is safe from nefarious ne'er-do-wells, as we have just ridded this island of already. And yeah, we'll keep island safe. You get to wander where you want, and in exchange, I get to put a casino up here.
And most importantly, the mother of the Arachne is willing to allow those of her children who wish to assist you.
Hey!
Goldfinger's gonna have to get over it. Hell yeah.
No, he's
So then
just gonna send his
fuck yeah.
advisor to do it.
His advisor's advisor, because the advisor is also arachnophobic. Hell yeah. Since it's been 4 days, I assume most of my company has also, like, come with the Merchants Guild.
Yes.
Cool. So then they're all in position, and we should
Yes.
have at least enough materials to
Oh,
begin the project.
I did also recall that Art, you were trying to contact your goddess as well. For
That
yes.
happened. That happened / is happening in
Yeah.
private.
You were able to set up a room to be a temporary shrine, dedicating it to Fortuna. If we'll continue the conversation that you have with her later, I just didn't want to bog down the session with that at the moment.
Yeah. What I will say is, after the conversation, Art goes and confers with his people for like an hour or two, pretty much, just to get everything ironed over, and then he rejoins the party. And then, Karma, you and I can discuss what happened in that meeting after session, so that we don't hold everybody up.
Exactly. The only thing that Goldfinger's looking at is he's making sure that there's an area that's relatively flat, or at least an area that they can set up to be flat, to set up a teleportation circle.
Yes, that is the big one. That is the most important part of this, because without that circle, this island doesn't work.
Now, unless you actually keep a bunch of flying creatures for transportation on island.
That would be incredibly inconvenient, given that I am going to not have the island remain here. I mean, it's a wandering isle. I mean, imagine the appeal of a resort that never has the same view twice.
What we can do at the meantime is hire a few mages to open temporary portals.
That would definitely be good to transport materials and the like, as well as we probably need casters from the mainland to link us with the main teleportation.
Much like they do with the
structure.
Moonstone Mask. Well, I smell money!
As do I! It's going to be one hell of an investment.
Well, this is going to take a while to finish.
Oh, absolutely.
No less than a year.
Easily. I mean, maybe less if I was here, but it seems like I have other affairs to attend to.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Bless.
No.
Allergic to the spiders, too.
Try not to think about them. I hate city talk. First, I'll make sure someone's watching over everything and following the plans. What are you all going to do?
I need to tell them something that I wanted to tell them, or after. I wanted them to deal with the island first.
If there's
Yes,
anything
I'm
else
safe,
to do
you're
with the
gonna say-
islands. What was that?
Richard was just commenting. You got something to say, but you're going to save it for now.
I'm fairly certain we've got every affair we need with the island wrapped up. We should likely return to Neverwinter and go speak with the council
Yeah.
and disclose everything that has occurred and our plans going forward.
Go ahead and borrow one of the carriages. They'll take you over since your ship went to take the prisoners.
Yeah.
Is everyone here all right with flying?
I'm fine.
I need to bring the kids' ship around.
Flying.
But otherwise, yeah.
All right.
Unless
How-
Art wants to practice his new spell.
I was considering it, but if everybody wants to fly, who am I to oppose?
I'm not picky. I'm personally not picky. You did.
That's why Art asked, are we sure that we all want to fly? Because he can just make a boat.
I mean, considering that Goldfinger doesn't know this. I mean, how else are you gonna get there? I mean, are you gonna wait for the Crimson Tide to come back?
I may have learned a new spell or two. Or
When?
3.
When?
Remember when everything went dark and things got angsty?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I kind of just woke up with the knowledge of how to conjure a boat.
And inside Art's head, you just hear a female voice go, "You're welcome."
That explains it. You know, I was just gonna chalk it up to the whole me being a literal construct of pure magic. But, you know, that makes more sense.
Can we do the boat one? I don't want to get inside that carriage.
Fair enough, yes, we can do a boat. That works.
What's wrong with the carriage?
It's a
won't
bit
fit in
small
there.
for Big Snake.
It is.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is a bit small for Maya.
We'll take our own boat and we'll leave all the carriages for the rest of the merchants.
Fair enough.
Either way, I'm taking the rowboat over, so I'll catch up.
So, I mean, we could probably just pull it aboard the boat.
I still need to bring it over here. So, we'll be
yeah,
right
you
back.
run grab the boat. I'll work on making it.
I'll be right
It's gonna
back.
take around 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
What
Uh,
are the
Alright.
classes of vessel I can make again?
I just want to ask, what would the boat look like? But
Oh, it's
I
gonna
will
be
look.
as opulent as possible, of course. Like, that's a given.
Didn't I post the spell to you, or were we sharing screen at the time?
No, you posted it to my sheet. I just forget what the classes of ships are, because it specifies that I can make pretty much anything. Spells, and then this would be a 3rd level spell. Here's
do
the
some-
spell. Summon a spirit that assumes the form of a waterborne vessel appearing in an unoccupied space within range. The spirit takes the form of it takes on the form that you choose, either a galley, keelboat, longship, rowboat, sailing ship, or warship.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So, how extra and how large is it? Because I can't remember what the difference between a galley and a warship.
A galley?
I feel like a galley is smaller than a longship.
Yeah.
I mean, a warship.
I don't want to make a warship because I don't want to make it look like we're approaching Neverwinter in a fucking warship.
No, see,
just-
make
That's
it
a
as
good way to
extra
get
as-
accused of treason again.
No, make it as extra as possible, glinting in gold with your face on the sails. It'll be
Oh my
great. No one will
God.
assume it's a warship.
I'm gonna go with the longship just in case.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
I've
that
already
was
been
fucking
accused of treason once, but
big.
pretty much everything else you just described is 100% what I'm doing. As opulent as humanly fucking possible. This shit's gonna
Oh.
look like the inside of the manor.
Okay, I see what a galley is. It's basically the Viking warship.
Yeah. But we're going with the longship, and it's gonna look like the inside of the mansion.
You mean the longboat?
It says longship. I'm reading directly off of here.
Yeah, there's
Say
longship.
longship.
A galley, keelboat, longship, rowboat,
Oh yeah, a longship is basically the Viking boat.
Yep. We go with that, and I'm gonna make it as extra as possible.
All right. What is your what is the piece in the front? What does that look like?
The Crimson Tide had a siren, correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that because literally the first thing I commented on in this campaign was how much I liked their headstock.
Cool. All right.
That was literally the first sentence I spoke in this campaign. That is 100% what's going on the front of this boat.
All right. So basically, you're summoning a long ship. It doesn't really have a below deck, unfortunately.
Not much of
for
one.
for longboats. It's only mostly for like minor storage.
Yeah.
But it's essentially just a series of benches that you sit on in case you need to row, and a singular large sail. You sure you want to do that?
Yep.
Okay,
Because none of us are gonna need to actually pilot the thing. Because it's alive.
fair enough. And
Yeah,
while we don't need
flesh.
beating drums, what we do need is bagpipes.
I can do that.
All right.
Alright, and let me knock
So-
off one of my level 3 spell slots.
So over the course of the 10 minutes, Richard will be able to reach the boat, reach the little rowboat, and get it mostly there, so that by the time he gets there, the longship will already be there.
Yep.
Is there any particular design on the sail?
The same design that was put on the sail of the Crimson Tide when we were sailing out here.
You
So
start
basically just
cribbing the
Art's
whole
crest.
fucking flow.
Art's crest. No, well, they put on Art's banner because it was a
okay.
diplomatic mission, remember?
Got it. Yeah, that's
So
right,
it's gonna
that's right.
be...
I wasn't there when that was.
It was going to be the stuff that was representing Art, essentially. So it's going to be very
Understood.
apparent that this is Artorias pulling into port.
So, it won't take too long. It's large enough for Maya to sit in, though she does take a couple of benches onto herself.
There should be more than enough room for her to be comfortable.
Oh, there's more than enough room.
Comfortable.
And unless there's anything else you guys want to do on the island,
I'm fine. Let's go back.
I believe I have all of my affairs in order, so yeah, we're good to return. I'll have to come back in like a year's time to sanctify the casino, but like...
fair enough. Before you go, Art, Goldfinger pulls you aside and holds up his own sending stone. You give me regular reports. Let me know what's going on, and I'll let you what's going on.
I planned on it. Actually, I probably should, grant you this. Art just kind of touches the two sending stones, the one he has on him and the one with Goldfinger together. He says, this should also tether you into the company's network, so if anything should go awry, you can relay it to me. Because I'm going to be out of range of their sending stones, but yours can definitely reach me. Theirs are not anywhere near as expensive as ours.
Now, one last bit of business. Twig!
Yeah.
They heartily place their hands on your shoulders. It hurts a little because they thumped them a little too hard, but... Are you planning on going with them?
Maybe?
Well,
We will need an answer by tomorrow.
whatever the case, if you do go, there's always room at home. And just in case, and he gives you a sending stone. In case you need to call me, huh? Stay safe.
I'll do my best.
That's what I like to hear! We won't have a repeat of the chicken incident.
After
What?
you say you'll do your best, Twig, you and only you hear a kind of sinister chuckle in your head.
Her smile will drop for a bit before she puts it back and just skips over to the group.
Ruh-roh.
Wacky. Anyway,
Ruh.
Out of curiosity, by the way, was Richard actually close enough to properly be with the party and actually hear that and that interaction, or did they go out to the side for that?
the entire
I assume the entire
Before
conversation,
we came
Richard
to
is
met you
properly
with the
back,
long
yeah.
ship.
And if nothing else, he's just tying the ship to the back with the...
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. Out of curiosity, Maurice, does she make any attempt to mask that?
She's gonna try it. She's like,
Okay.
All right, so this is gonna be a roll-off between players. In case of a tie, nobody wins. So, Mars, roll deception. Nice deception.
Ooh.
Richard,
Oh,
give
dirty
me an
20.
insight.
Not one. Yeah.
God
To
damn.
most people, they wouldn't have been able to catch that. Twig's ability to deceive themselves and others is something that made with long practice, but perhaps Twig has gotten a little comfortable, or at least isn't really used to people being too observant. Richard, you catch it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Sweet G.
There's a reason why I said insight and not perception.
I'm actually not... I think my passive insight might also have caught it.
What's
Your passive insight's only 19, unless you have something boosting it.
Observant. Observant gives a +5 to both passive insight and passive perception.
Oh my fucking god! Sweet Jesus.
We have a telescope in our party.
Literally nothing gets past you. Bro's eyes are fucking telescopes.
We have a telescope in the party, basically.
Do you have dark vision?
I think... Yes, I do.
Fucker's got built-in night vision goggles. This dude's got fucking military-grade Nox just built into his fucking forehead.
Listen, okay? He's a starship scanner at this point. The bullshit from Star Trek, okay?
Yeah, real.
I'm sorry for any annoyance this causes, but also...
No, it's
Thumbs up.
fine.
No, the annoyance
hilarious.
is going to come from the fact that everybody knows that you are this perceptive, so literally anytime there's a perception check or anything, all of us are just gonna go, "Hey, Rich!"
Actually, wait. I think that my passive perception would be 19 with that in mind. I don't remember.
Even still, that's
I'll worry about it later.
high.
Yes.
That is very high.
Like, sweet Jesus, that's high.
They rolled really well for their stats.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, no, your stats are fucking nutty. Like, I've got decent stats, but not that decent.
Yeah, you get a +5 bonus to your passive wisdom and passive intelligence. Yep. But only to the passive, not to the active. Which is weird.
It is. Anyway, wonderful. I'm glad we got that cleared up, buddies.
You also don't need to hear conversations to know what they're talking about, because Observant allows you to lip read.
Yep.
Oh
So
my
yeah, you
god.
can just see them. You scare me.
Look, our party might be a little busted in some areas.
Everyone has their focus.
Yeah, I'm just a fucking sniper. So
I mean,
Basically.
Sparky's a railgun.
Load Sparky into the bow, pull.
I want to see that at some point. I want to see that
White
at some
Raven
point.
arrow.
I actually want to see that at some point of someone taking my pseudo dragon familiar, loading him up like an arrow, and just shoot.
I mean, I'll do it. Almina has a gripe with the pseudo dragon. Sending it to Mars seems like the best idea.
They land in Twig's arms.
Oh, damn it.
I mean, you sent them to Mars.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Valid.
I'm sorry. Moving on. With that out of the way, ship is loaded. You depart for Baldur's Gate. Or, sorry, Neverwinter.
Baldur's Gate.
Excuse me, what?
Hold up.
Are we having a multiplayer session?
The tieflings aren't safe.
Now wait a minute.
You make your way to Neverwinter. I'm terribly sorry.
You make your way to Baldur's Gate.
I haven't been focused on a video game. What are you talking about?
I mean, I can't say shit with the amount of Celeste I've played over the past 3 days.
Alright.
I've shaved 2 hours off of my fastest time over the past 3 days.
Are you just speedrunning it?
I'm just speedrunning it at this point.
Have fun with the egg like.
Alright. Going back to Neverwinter. Where is that? I keep on losing this bloody... There it is.
The funny thing is, thinking about it now, the only rush that I still need is fucking bips.
Bip.
But
Bip.
I
It
can
has a
understand why
red
they
something.
don't add Aarakocra, since they don't want flying. Natural flying, at least. Alright.
They could just say that they lost their flight feathers in the fucking shipwreck. Easy fix. They simply lack imagination.
You know, one of the main draws of playing an Aarakocra. Anyway.
I don't
No.
know. I don't see why having flight would be such a bad thing for a Baldur's Gate game.
Does it
fair.
say how fast it moves? There's all ability checks.
Yeah.
Responds to your verbal commands. Vessel speed, our cargo weight limit, and hit points are all doubled. So how fast does a longboat go?
How fast does a logboat go?
At least according to D&D.
If you have 20 level 20 barbarians rowing a longboat, how fast you get to point A to point B?
Oh wow, that's actually kind of fast.
Longboats are quick. They're supposed to be quick. I just don't remember
Yeah,
how
15
quick.
knots. Basically,
So it can go 30 knots?
Bum, 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 bum.
It can go 30 knots because it's double. Oh my god. That's so fast.
So
Wow.
each knot is basically a mile per hour?
yes.
I believe so. Actually, let me look up that conversion rate just to double check.
Well, 30 knots is 34 miles, basically.
Wait, our movement speed is calculated in meters, right?
Feet, unfortunately. So you're basically going 50... Oh, wow. 50 feet per second.
We
One
zooming.
knot
Fucking
is
terrifying.
almost 2 kilometers an hour.
So if 50 feet per second and around is 6 seconds, that is basically 300 feet.
That makes
Holy
sense.
shit.
No,
That's
that makes
going-
sense.
So at 30
Per
knots,
per
the
round.
boat would be going
Yeah.
55 kilometers an hour.
Ships go fast.
Ship go burr, bro.
Ship beats
Most
going,
ships are
bro.
around that.
Oh man,
Oh,
you all want to know the
let's
best
see.
part about this boat?
What?
There is no visible control apparatus. Art just kind of says go, and then the boat listens.
So yeah, you guys are literally able to make it in an hour.
Oh my god. It took several to get out there.
And that was accounting for a variety of things like the wind speed, the fact that that what you were using before was a mundane ship that had a lot of supplies and stuff going on for it, and yeah,
We zoom.
We be
you
zooming.
zoom.
We fucking zoom.
We just zoom.
Like if you've ever seen a they're not called hover boats, but they're like the boats that look like they have like the big ski things at the bottom of them
Yeah.
in order to like tread the water faster.
Yeah.
Like a foil?
Yes, a foil. You're basically moving like that, just kind of like skirting the top of the water, barely even touching it, just tss, tss. You're
Hell.
skating it.
We whip this hoe.
Oh my god.
Sparky has his head like to one over the side of the boat, his long serpentine tail just like lagging out, just
Boats are not meant to be like this. Boats are not meant to be like this.
Boats are meant to be like this!
Considering it's coming from Richard, this means something.
If this wasn't a magic boat, it would fucking break apart.
I don't know, I feel like I could build a pretty solid boat.
In fact, he just did.
I don't know enough about boats to disagree with you.
Technically, you know everything
This
about
boat-
one
You
boat
know
in
everything
particular.
about one boat, yeah.
Yes, but
no.
only that one boat. I don't know how about being a shipwright.
You know more about boats than Art does. Art is just being an ass, and you can really see it in his facial expression.
Yeah, I can be aware of that and still like. And you can't even see Richard's expression because of the mask, and he's just
Yeah, you
sitting
got
there
the mask
It's
on.
the eyes. It's yeah. It.
Jimmy's
You
just
know
enjoying
nothing
the
about-
ride. Jimmy is just enjoying his fucking ride.
Meanwhile, I can just imagine Holmina not liking it at all.
Grumpy, grumpy, grumpy.
Dragon is gonna be seasick by the time we return to port.
Probably, knowing her.
Actually, wait.
She'd probably just be grumbly the entire time, even though she isn't. She literally has no reason to be. Like, she's kind of okay right now. She's vibing.
I mean, you're kind of used to going fast.
I'm also used to just the general chaos of the group.
Real?
Meanwhile, I'm just imagining Twig playing through the fire and the flames on bagpipes because of how fast everything is.
Oh my god, I need to see if
How
that
would a
exists.
bagpipe
Hold
be
on.
making those noises?
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it actually exists.
No shot this exists.
No, it absolutely exists.
It does. It does
Like,
exist.
yeah!
It does exist.
Wait, what does?
Hold on, I've got you.
Fire in the flames and
Here, I'm
bagpipes.
throwing it in an OC party. This is what we hear, gamers.
I'll be damned.
Yep, there it is.
What? Okay. Let's.
This is exactly what we hear. It's perfect.
Dear Lord.
Thank God.
Alright, so. Again, it doesn't take you too much longer to get there. In fact, you easily see the Crimson Tide as it's docked, and you also see them still in the middle of disembarking their prisoners.
Hi! Jimmy would just scream out, just saying hi as they come closer to the shore.
You know, maybe coming in at
Okay.
3 times the speed that it normally docks at.
As
is a
we're
bad
approaching,
idea.
Art does instruct it to like dock safely.
Understood.
Just so that it's stated.
It starts decelerating at a comfortable pace and then slowly pulls into the dock and does this, like, it goes in and then it just, like, shifts sideways until it's flush with the dock so that you all can disembark.
As it's skirting in sideways, Art is just stood
Thanks,
on the
boat.
side of the ship, so as soon as it's within range, he just steps off as flashily as possible.
I'm going to wait till this. Oh, it's done moving on. Never mind.
It's in giggles, Art. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I had a feeling. Dexterity save?
Dexterity.
Do I fall in the
Okay.
water? No, I'm
You
good.
do not. You are good. You, as flamboyantly as possible, leap from the boat and land. Ta-da!
Do I get an applause from anyone on the dock?
You get a lot of people staring.
Hell yeah, I'll take it.
And it's very easy for everyone to disembark, so feel free to do so. The captain just moves up to you all, very confused.
Art summoned a boat.
You know what? I shouldn't question it. I really shouldn't question it.
You know what?
I don't know how
feel
magic
free
works
to question
either.
it. I'm also questioning it, and I'm the one who did it.
Very specifically, not questioning it because of that.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Uh,
25%.
Holmina, as you're disembarking, you see a very familiar set of armor helping to move the prisoners off the ship.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Which
I wonder
familiar
who is
set of
it?
armor is it?
I wonder who.
Well, there's 2 people
It's not.
that we've seen.
It's not like you were chasing them for a while.
okay. So it's
Okay.
little brother. All right, cool.
Could have been
Little
Mother.
brother's being a shitter again.
He's not being a shitter. He's doing his job.
I know he's well. He's a little kid. Still,
a little kid with
technically.
a massive suit of armor. He'll be fine.
I mean, he's a teenager. He's not really a kid.
It's about you to find kid.
I mean, in this time period, he would be working already.
I suppose that's fair. I can't really argue that. That's just kind of valid. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. She's just kind of watching him as he's working. You enjoying yourself?
They look over. You get the sense of there being like a kind of pause, a blink before they raise a hand. Hey, sis.
Alright,
Hi.
guys, gotta go.
Did you have fun with the cruise? Take care.
Took an extended vacation by
too.
accident.
Have fun.
Noticed. They start looking over. You don't seem hurt.
Boats
I
are not
mean,
meant to go this fast.
When have I ever been hurt?
Richard's just going by.
Well,
Well, do I count the times Mother was involved or no?
Those are.
Mhm.
Those don't count. No.
Mhm.
hey, Karma.
Yes.
Do you think that Ozzy would have documented the whole thing with the
Yes.
the person? I don't know if he did or not. That's why I'm asking.
It's Ozzy. He documents everything.
Sick, cool. Because I would like to be able to present the entire account of that record to the council. Because
Of
yeah, that's
course.
Art's goal right now is to go back to the council and be like, hey, so here's what happened.
Understood. Also, amusingly, because Roll20 wasn't allowing me to load a number of things, I had to delete a lot of images. Part of them were some of the maps that I put up, so I'm going to have to re-download those.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, gotta love having a data limit.
Yup. Just throw out the witchlight. I don't think we'll be going back anytime soon. Unless.
Unless. Why is Bip's image missing?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We don't have a bird anymore, guys.
Rip burb.
I don't have a bird anymore.
Also,
Pip has been eliminated.
I have this mental image of like
Mhm.
Rich putting leaning up against a wall, face against his palm, where he's like cushioning his head with his hand, just leaning into a wall, going, "Ships are not supposed to be that fast. Ships are not supposed to go that fast."
Yeah, basically.
Chaos. Alright, party. What we doing? I'm table talking right now. Because Art wants to go to the council, but do y'all have any other things y'all want to be doing before we run off to them?
Not
No.
not at the
Not
moment.
really.
No.
The only thing Rich would do real quick is just run the boat to where the kids leave it, but he's gonna do that tonight, so
Okay, that works.
With Jim.
I'm not dispelling the boat or anything, so you can leave it tied up to the boat.
yeah, it's fine.
With what Jimmy wants to do, that can easily be saved for later because it's literally just doing seeing if her mom has discovered anything or has gotten
Gotcha.
Yeah,
about the mage hunter that we have.
we kind of need to handle the job we have been hired for first, and then handle doing the job that we have been hired for.
Wait, we weren't hired for a job. This was me going to clear out the island that I was.
No, I know. No, I'm talking about the shadow issue.
Oh, well, I mean,
going
we
back
did
to the
that
council.
job. We already did that job.
I
we did
know.
that.
I'm talking metaphorically, not literally.
I'm like, wait a minute, we
Our
already
metaphorical
did
job of going and checking in with the council, being like, "Hey, so this happened."
that. Yeah, I think they're gonna flip shit when we tell them that was a wandering isle, just kind of chilling there.
Yeah, that too.
I think they're gonna flip shit again when I tell them that I've made a deal with the wandering island that's going to allow me to build a fucking resort on top of it.
That part I could care less about.
Well, I feel like the council's gonna have words about that because that is
Oh, let's
technically
go.
Neverwinter territory.
That's also your
So-
territory. That's your territory.
Well, they didn't grant it to me to be my own, territory. They granted it to be owned land within Neverwinter. There
Yeah,
is a
that's fair.
very large difference in title there.
That's fair.
Specifically, a large difference for tax reasons.
Yes.
Yeah, they can't tax this anymore because it's not going to be of their nation.
Oh, that's true.
So they're gonna
Oh.
not be happy about this.
As you're talking about this, are you discussing this in or out of character?
This is
That's
table
the
talk.
question. Okay.
This is table talk. Yeah, that's out of character. Richard doesn't
so,
know how to do taxes.
Paulmina,
I have an accountant for that.
your little brother's just kind of going back and forth with you snarkily as per usual. They learned from the
Yeah,
best. They won't
she's
forget.
just offering a little bit of snark in turn
Mm.
every so often.
As you do.
She's amused. She's just glad to be back.
Try not to vanish for an entire week at a time without a word.
Not really like I have a choice in the matter.
Man, if we had a nickel for every time that we disappeared for an unspecified and inaccurate period of time, we'd have 2 nickels.
What's a nickel?
What's a nickel?
It's a currency from one of the towns that I had built in the past.
Ah, understood.
It's a very, very small denomination.
Mm.
So
It's like
alternate.
smaller than a copper.
What?
Yeah, they're absolutely minuscule. It's ridiculous.
How odd. In any case, I gotta finish leading all of these ne'er-do-wells over to the prison, so... Glad to see you, sis. I'm still not giving you back your mace. And they walk off.
I'm still not giving you back the bait. Man.
Now, I'm trying to remember. Holmina, you did take that armor back, right? Holmina? Oh.
I think you're dead.
Sorry.
You did take that armor back because you wanted to wear it, right?
Yeah, I'm wearing it.
Yeah. You are wearing it. So,
yeah, I am wearing
it's
it.
pretty funny how he has a very similar set of armor. Just saying.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Wait, did he get a new set commissioned? Or is he just, like, casting a glamour or something?
I thought it was just another. I thought it was another. Like, I thought they just went and grabbed another set of armor, not the same armor set, pretty much.
It's the same armor set, but this one is actually suited for his body, so he's not the same towering form that you are.
Okay.
As in, he doesn't
Fair
have
enough.
to alter himself in order to fit.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. She's gonna kind of stare at him, like, realizing that he got another set of armor and is like,
Mhm.
where did you get that from?
Had it made.
Where from?
Armor smith?
Which
Here in the
one?
city?
The craftsmanship
Is it-
looks good.
I mean, is it like my set? It looks like my set.
Well, they did
Why is
use your set as, like, example?
I believe the term would be reference.
Yes.
Oh.
I had it made a while ago. Just in
Imitation
case.
is the best flattery.
You had a backup set of. Alrighty then. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I respect it.
Not even surprised anymore.
He was prepared.
Apparently so.
He knew you'd come back for it.
I was hoping.
I
at least.
suppose so. You were hoping I'd come back. At
Yes.
least you're better than Mother in that regard.
Oh no, she knew you'd come back. One way or another. It was just a matter of if she was going to have to knock you out and imprison you first, or if it would be with open arms after knocking you out.
Oh.
Well,
With open
I came
arms
back
out.
imprisoned as is.
And technically knocked out, and technically with open arms.
It was a very weird occurrence.
Yep. Pretty much.
Oh, I would return back to your home as soon as possible, Art. According to the people who work at your manor, your mirror is worried? It was a very odd sentence. I wasn't exactly too sure how to phrase it.
I mean, I did send for them and they responded. Like, I told them I'm fine. If the mirror. Okay, Cool. I'll send for the manor and tell them I'll be home in a few hours. We do still need to speak with the council.
Just wanted to let you know.
Good to know. I appreciate it. We need to speak with the council first. This is very important. I'm sure they'll want an update as to why there's an entire shipload of prisoners.
And 3 owl bears and a man who calls them babies.
Hey, we don't. That man is part of the reason that everything worked out fine.
Following the long line of prisoners being escorted, you see Brahm riding atop one of the owl bears and the other 2 following after. Oh,
Yes, he
hey
has very
guys!
good- He has very good control over those owl bears. Hello.
Listen. If you've ever raised children, you would know that controlling them is not the way to go. You
Well,
have
you
to
know what I
communicate with
mean.
them.
And
You
anyway,
are
me
good at
little
instructing them.
Listen, me little girls would never cause anyone any harm.
Except for the ones that tried to kill you.
I mean, self-defense and all that.
I wasn't saying it as a bad thing. I mean, we also had to defend ourselves.
Well, in any case, about time we get going. Their mum's probably worried sick about them by now.
Likely. Try not to get captured by another raider group.
I'll do my best. If you're ever around Phandalin, yes. If you're ever around Phandalin, give us a look. We're in the big place.
The big place. I have a sneaking suspicion I'll know what you mean when we get there.
Yep. It used to be a manor/castle, and it is now. It was restored.
I will most certainly keep that in mind.
Just don't go in through the basement. The one down there is relatively friendly, but gets a little too clingy. Anyway, take care, you lot. All right, girls, let's get
Fairly
home.
well.
And then, as soon as they're on the dock, they take a couple of moments to shake themselves off before bolting down the road.
And there they go.
That's not our issue anymore, is it?
They're off. No, we're good. We've made a
Alright.
friend in another city.
Okay, sorry, I got pulled away for a little bit. What happened?
You're fine.
The
Rama
old
saying
bears
hi.
have set off.
Mm.
Alright. I believe that is a very good time for us to make for the council.
Fair enough. And very little stops you along the way. You get some cheery have funs and take cares and don't let the politicians bite you, things like that.
If anyone's going to bite, it's going to be me, and I don't
Does
even
that
have
happen?
teeth.
They're biting people?
No, we're not. It's
No,
a
politicians.
joke.
No,
Don't,
Okay.
don't actually bite anyone.
I know. Why would I bite anyone?
I'm not talking to you!
Okay, that's fair.
Art was looking at Twig because Twig said we're biting people.
You're able
You know what to do
to.
the first time.
I can't bite people. My teeth are too sharp. It hurt them.
Good
Yes,
call.
we're gonna want to refrain from biting people.
Omina
let's
just
not.
opens her mouth and they're like fangs.
Thank
Yes,
you,
we know.
Homina.
Very sharp teeth. And so white. Do you use like whitening toothpaste?
You brush your teeth?
I don't have teeth to brush.
Carefully.
What the fuck
I-
are you guys
I-
talking about?
All right. Oral hygiene of Dragonborn aside. Oral hygiene of Dragonborn aside, you're able to make it. You're able to make it to Castle Neverwinter. Unfortunately, that was one of the maps I had to get rid of at the time because I was trying to make room for things.
It's all good.
But you're able to make it to the castle, and at the entrance, the guards recognize you and just kind of nod. Did you need to be announced, sir?
No, I believe we'll be fine. Although I believe you would want to notify them that we need to speak with the council? Just no fanfare.
Understood. Understood. We will. I'll have Renner sent down to inform Lord Neverwinter. Go on. And then the other guard just kind of nods and runs off.
Alright, are we just like stood at the gate waiting, or...
Considering that you're on, that you are working for the council in some shape, I'm not going to
Were we?
ask. It's not really my business. But you've been here before, so
Yeah.
I'll just send you to the waiting room.
That works. Could you lead the way? Last time we weren't put into the waiting room.
I'll have somebody come down because I'm the only god at the moment.
Mm.
They reach for a sending stone, mutter into it, nod. So I'll be right by.
Wonderful.
After a couple of moments, one of the one of the help that works at the castle comes by and just kind of like bows to you all. This way, please. I will bring you to the waiting room. Lord Neverwinter has been informed of your arrival. They're rather curious what you... in his words, what do you want now?
I'm more
sure
so
it'll
here
be
to
the last thing he
update
says out
on
today.
something. I don't need anything.
They also were very curious as to whether or not you were being brought under guard, which, safe to say you're not, since you're not arrested. So,
Nope.
right this way.
I haven't been accused of a crime this time.
Richard, as the attendant is walking, you see them pull out a piece of paper, open it up, and very carefully mark on a grid an X before putting it away and putting it in their pocket.
Wait, can I roll perception to see if I see it as well?
Sure.
Because I have to roll for this. I don't see it. I don't see shit.
Nope.
Does Jimmy see it?
Jimmy, you do see this as well. You're not exactly too sure what it is. It was just something that was marked off.
Mm.
They're marking something.
Wait, roll investigation to see if you can see what the mark was for. I want it to be, I really want to know if it's a tally of how many times has he been in here under guard versus how many times has he not been.
Shits and
A running
giggles, sure.
tally.
Anyone who wants to roll it, they can. It's a little
Investigation
throwaway
or
thing.
perception.
Investigation to more understand what it is, as opposed to just peeking.
Oh no! You have
Richard does
no
not know-
idea!
Richard does not know rich people.
No,
He has no.
no.
He's a country guy.
Nope.
The fucking bumpkin energy just shafted
Jimmy,
you.
do you care enough?
Just for shits and giggles. No.
That's a no. Okay.
Twig!
Hold
Am I
me up
to
too if you
investigate?
care. Sure.
Watch
I'm
there be
probably
a
gonna
nat
not
20 now.
succeed this.
Oh,
No.
That's a no.
God.
Okay, so Twig. The only thing you were able to quite understand is that at the very top of this grid-like structure were 5 letters strewn across it. And you're not exactly too sure what a bingo is.
Oh my god, thank god.
So they lead you to a rather opulent sitting room to wait until you're called. There's enough seats in a room for everyone. Someone has already taken the trouble of setting down a tray of cookies, biscuits, what have you, just light tea items. And there's already a kettle of tea that's being poured out. Would anyone like some?
Art just kind of looks at everybody else.
No, I'm good.
What? Sorry, what?
Tea.
There's tea and cookies and like confections and stuff on the
I
table.
don't mind. Tea. Thank you very much.
All right. You're offered tea as well as your choice of whatever you want from the tray. And then they, after serving whoever wants to be served, they bow and they say, "The council or the Lord will summon you when they are free to do so. Please feel free to rest." And they leave.
Thank you.
It doesn't take too much longer after that, roughly about 10 to 15 minutes.
Surprisingly fast.
Surprisingly fast. Before the servant comes back. There isn't really too much interesting about the room aside from the fact that it's flashy. There's like a large portrait of Lord Neverwinter on one of the walls. But the servant does come back in. The council will not be reconvening today, but Lord Neverwinter will see you.
That should be more than sufficient, thank you.
Whenever you're ready, please follow.
Art follows.
Okay.
I assume the rest of you do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the waiting room, Art would have asked Ozzy for the account of everything that occurred so that we can relay everything.
You know what? He gave it to you already.
Okay. I wanted to be sure.
You're led down a long walkway. Eventually, it feels like you're in more of the private areas of the castle itself. Large pair of double doors, which are opened as soon as the servant knocks and a voice from inside says enter, and you are in Lord Neverwinter's private office. A large wooden table stacked with a variety of parchments and books.
What kind of wood is the desk?
If I say mahogany, will you be happy?
Yes.
Understood. It's ebony, actually.
Ooh, exotic.
But yes, it's strewn with a variety of papers, far too many inkwells and empty ink pots. And behind all of that is Lord Neverwinter, who seems to be trying to stare at a few documents and trying to psychically will them to make sense. As you look up, the tired-looking old politician just kind of nods. Well, you're not in chains. You're not convicted of anything, and you're not here for my job, are you?
No, absolutely not. I do not envy your position. Though, I thought it very pertinent to inform you of the events that took place upon the island just off the northern shore. Northwestern shore, rather. And Art hands him the book, making sure not to mess with any of the papers on the desk.
He takes it, rubs his temples before putting on a pair of spectacles and looking at it.
So, incredibly, to summarize the most poignant parts, the island is a wandering isle. It's a wandering isle, and in preventing it from dying, we have also removed a spell that was keeping it locked in place. So the isle is free to wander again.
Do we know who or what placed this spell?
It should be documented within there. I can't recall the
Wizard
name off the top of my head.
I'm sorry, what?
It was a wizard called Wizard Smalls, I believe. That's what the Arachne said.
And he just thumps his head on the table.
I don't think that was supposed to happen.
That has me mildly worried. Is everything all right?
That looked like it hurt.
Yeah,
if only a little.
It did.
If there is anyone who has caused Neverwinter as much problems as you, Artorius, it is the mad wizard Theodore Smalls.
Why is he mad?
Oh, heavens.
Because of all of the experiments that he does. And he gets up and you hear a very audible crack from his back.
Mad like he's
Fiber break!
not angry.
Huh.
Not angry.
Oh,
just
he's not. Oh, I was about to say he needs therapy.
He probably does. He probably does.
Therapy would also help.
And he just walks around the counter and goes over to a bookshelf, starts looking through it. Where was that? Here we go. Pulls out a book. Flips it open. Let's see. How long ago was that? Did they say?
What did you say? It was fucking old. Like it's been there for as
Before
long as
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter remembers. Yeah.
Flips to the very beginning of the book then. Looks through a couple of pages. Oh, there it is. Establishment of Neverwinter. Mad Wizard Theodore Smalls has promised to help increase the sanctity and territory of Neverwinter by adding islands. Succeeded in only one. No one asked where it came from.
No one asked. Nobody thought to ask.
I'm sure they.
I'm sure
but
many people did.
What are you gonna say to him? He can make islands. Imagine what he can do to you.
Oh
It was
man.
more along the lines of they didn't really want to know at the time what he did to create the island. But
I'm
the fact that it's
guessing his experiments are very convoluted in this explanation-wise.
yes.
Well, with what we can surmise, they used an incredibly powerful spell to control the island to go to the position it did, and then ordered it to sleep. And it could not defy the spell, and thus it slept off the shore for centuries.
It was
Article
called chaos, wasn't it?
57D. That counts as magical slavery, which unfortunately was only a law established after the Neverwinter's been through a few such things. Which means legally, since it is a living creature, it is not a territory of Neverwinter. Please tell me Wandering Isles don't use money.
As far as I'm aware, it does not.
They still let you make a casino on it, right?
Yes, so I did strike a deal with the Wandering Isle and its natives, so my original plans for the isle are still valid and in effect. We will just need to link it with the teleportation circle so that people may traverse to the island.
Very well. Will it be leaving the waters of Neverwinter?
Likely. I have no control over where it is to wander. It is a being of its own free will.
Oh. And they're just flipping through several other books. Ugh, bloody hells. Clap their hands twice. Snap their fingers, point at the bookshelf, and suddenly several books fly out and open up around them. This many. Oh, this many. All right. Okay. So it is an entity that is legally distinct. It is not technically a citizen of Neverwinter. Very well. Everything seems like it'll be free and clear so long as they have no demands. We are fine. If they have demands, then as Lord of Neverwinter, I will be required to meet them as best as I can.
There were no explicit demands. However, in the deal I struck with them, I'd said that my people who are to be staffing the resort built atop it will be to protect it, but that's more so on myself, not so much on Neverwinter.
Fair enough. We will ensure that once you have the teleportation circle up and running, that it can be accessed from Neverwinter as well, in order to help facilitate your business. I highly doubt anyone in the council will disagree, so...
I mean, it's a very peculiar circumstance, because regardless of what the council dictates, the island does intend to wander.
Now we have to make sure that none of the other smaller islands around Neverwinter are actually wandering isles.
Yep, that's probably a good idea.
At least we know that the Moonstone Mask isn't one, considering it's been floating there this entire time and hasn't expressed a will.
Well, that was the interesting part. Neither had this one. But that's because it was cursed. Yes, we had one of the researchers with the Merchants Guild accompany us to do so. They may have more information for you. I'd suggest speaking with Goldfinger about that.
We'll also have to arrange for someone to actually see the wizard in order to make sure, to see if he can remember if there are any others. Best to start there, then...
Still alive?
I mean, he's a mad wizard. He's probably done some crazy things.
Yeah, actually, that's not that surprising. No other thing about it.
Theodore Smalls lives in Neverwinter. Specifically,
No.
he has moved his tower into the Spellscar.
Inside of the Spellscar?
Yes.
The
wanted
Spellscar
to-
itself, or?
The Spellscar itself. He wanted to, and I quote,
Okay, that's
read
not
the chaotic energies that have made themselves known within the weave in order to see what he could do with it.
Oh man, a trip into the Spellscar is going to be quite the exploit.
The Spellscar itself is relatively safe. Just don't cast unnecessary magic, or else wild magic might take hold.
Hmm. That would make
Lovely. Wild magic's
my
always
ability-
fun.
That would make my ability to defend myself rather dangerous.
Now then, is there anything else?
I
I'm-
believe that is everything. I'm sure you've already heard, but we did take a very, very large portion of the slavers on the Isle prisoner, and they're
Yes.
being dealt with accordingly.
Yes,
Oh yes, and there was also the appearance of the deity, and the reason that we were absent for 4 days, when realistically this shouldn't have taken more than one.
deity.
Deity, I use that term loosely because we aren't 100% sure what it was, but we believe it to be connected with the shadows, which is the main reason that I'm here.
Considering it's apparently called the Lord of Twilight, it's safe to assume it's probably connected to the shadows.
You don't do anything by halves, do you? Alright.
It also calls itself the Traveler.
No, I heard about this. Cultists
Yep.
using the church.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. Anything else you would like to drop? Because this is hitting about as hard as a level 9 fireball at this point.
This should be everything now. I probably should have led with that one.
I thought I'm shocked it wasn't in the book.
It was in the book. He just didn't read that
Just
far.
didn't get there yet. Yeah.
I just have a question actually about the Theodore Smalls person? Like,
Yes.
because this is something I was going to bring up with all you. I remembered something and I had to do something with him, but what or who is he, anyways?
A very, very old wizard. We're not exactly too sure exactly what he does, but somehow he has a new body every so often. And he continues his research in order to do something with magic. His actual goals, no idea. He helps out from time to time in that extremely eccentric way of his, but no one really knows too much. Mostly because they can't seem to stay awake past his initial conversation. He's had a few princesses, but...
But against their will? Question mark?
Not
Against
that I
their better
know
judgment.
of.
Okay, I mean, with a title such as Mad Wizard, it is always important to ask when princesses are mentioned.
Now, I need to emphasize this very, very well. No one called him the Mad Wizard. He calls himself the Mad Wizard Theodore Smalls.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's a red flag.
That's
Amusement.
That's where those are starting for you.
Well, no, everything else has been, but the fact that he calls himself mad is a red flag on top of everything.
He likely has
Yeah.
his reasons, but in all honesty,
Yeah.
he's eccentric, but not too difficult to
Are we
deal
gonna-
with.
Are we able to visit him?
If you wish, I mean, again, he has a tower in the Spellscar, like...
kinda
It's
hard to miss
very... Yes.
Getting down into the Spellscar, I would imagine to be the more difficult part.
Likely has a way of getting to the tower without having to actually delve into it, but he probably flies, I don't know. Or just magics himself there.
Yeah, he could just magic himself.
Amusingly, he made this bookcase.
Does anything look off about this bookcase?
It allows me to summon any books inside of it that are tied to what it is I want to see.
Oh, that's incredibly useful.
Ah, yes. Almost every single book in here references laws.
That is so handy. By the gods.
The issue is, a lot of them are outdated, and we haven't actually gone through in order to see which ones we need or don't need.
Oh.
That is less less nice. I mean, could you not theoretically ask for books with outdated information and it would just spit all of them out?
I've tried.
Okay. It was worth the ask.
Apparently, the bookshelf gets a little snippy and throws the books at me instead of having them hover in front of me.
Oh.
I mean, fair enough, it is a lot of work.
Alright,
But no, that should be everything. I just wanted to make sure that you were in the know of what was happening. And so you didn't think that we just stole an entire island.
I mean, it was a thought. He goes over to his desk, grabs a sheet of paper, and starts marking a few things on it. In any case, will that be all?
I have a question.
Yes.
What's bingo?
Where did you find out
I feel
about
like
it?
I'm gonna have a stroke.
Find out about it.
The people were making an X and like at the top said bingo.
What?
I'm gonna lose my
that's what they
my
marked.
brains.
No,
What are you all on about? What?
Oh my god, the
Living-
paper!
It's nothing.
Living
What?
and working here in Neverwinter, specifically when dealing with things like any vaguely waves in art's direction, is a bit much, so we find what little entertainments we can.
You guys made.
He reaches for the pile and pulls out a clean bingo sheet
Oh my
and
god!
hands it over to Twig.
I look over Twig's shoulder
it.
to look at it.
So is Richard.
I am also looking.
One of the squares says, Artorius was arrested. Again.
Again.
Oh, I can mark that off.
Another one is demonic invasion.
That hasn't
You know,
happened
it's just a variety of things that could happen in Neverwinter.
yet. Was Artorius
Intend
Steel's
to
Island
happen.
on there?
There's about 3 or 4 that reference Artorius specifically, yes.
Oh my god.
What are they? What are they?
Artorius got arrested again. Artorius needs a favor. Artorius is attempting to become Lord of Neverwinter.
I don't think that's gonna be a thing for.
I mean, I did explicitly say that's not gonna happen. I do not envy your position.
That's
And another
definitely-
one is Artorius was released with Artorius released not guilty.
That's also a markdown.
That's
That's just
also
a free
marked
square.
off.
That's just a free square.
That's a free space.
Oh no, there is a free space in the middle. Of
No, I know,
the
but if he gets
sunrises.
arrested, he's probably gonna get off with like a not guilty charge. So like,
I mean,
Well, not necessarily. I could actually commit a crime. I don't intend to, however.
I said probably.
not all of them are the same. There's a number of things that we can put on them, but we randomize them. And we have prizes for whoever gets the most bingos at the end of the week.
Fun.
Is
It's-
this working in the settings? Like,
So my guessing is the person that we saw had a slot for Artorius needs to talk to Netherwinder or something like that.
Alternatively, it was Artorius needs a favor. This technically counts.
Well, this,
Yeah, that
this isn't a
qualifies.
favor. I was informing you of what we'd found.
Now then, was there anything
That's it.
else?
That's it.
If
No.
you wish to make it to Theodore Smalls, I can arrange for it.
No, I'm good now.
Wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind either.
It
All right.
definitely wouldn't be a bad idea.
He looks over at the bookcase. Is he free this afternoon? This evening? Tomorrow morning? Tomorrow afternoon? All of a sudden, a book smacks him, flies out and nearly smacks him in the face. He dodges it with practice ease. Tomorrow afternoon. Alright. Please send a message that he has guests willing to visit and request for a means for them to reach him without having to go through the spell scar. Another book flies out at him, but instead stops right in front of his face, opens up, and like a origami crane just flies out from it and flies out the window.
That's fucking cool.
That's cool. So I feel like your bookcase is really sassy.
I mean, you've all seen Duke. This is pretty normal for constructs of this sort.
The issue here is that it's been this way for every single Lord of Neverwinter.
Oh,
I mean, Duke was this way with his original owner as well.
I certainly hope that Theodore Smalls had nothing to do with your Duke.
I would hope not. I don't believe so.
I feel laughing.
I mean,
does the book?
it would explain a few things about it randomly eating everything it sees.
Yeah, his kleptomania is becoming a real issue as of late.
It is rather amusing, though.
It's rather helpful when we're out adventuring and we're in places where we don't have to worry about being charged with theft. because they're unoccupied places, but it's not so good when you live in a very populated city.
Have you considered a lock?
I have. He really didn't like it. My shins didn't recover for weeks.
Oh. He
Did
was
you just
ramming
keep-
himself into your shins.
He was trying to break the lock off of my leg.
I'd probably do the same thing.
Fair.
Well,
But does the bookshelf have a name?
oh, great and mighty bookshelf, please, please give us your name so that we may know better how to worship you.
Oh my god. Wait, does it have an
And-
ego?
All of a sudden, all of the books seem to like fly out and flap face forward, flipping open, and all the pages turn. But instead of seeing multiple, seeing normal pages, they start stopping on letters. Eventually, the letters form words, and the entire name is seen as the Right Honorable Original. The Right Honorable Original Lord of Neverwinter, Bookie.
I
Nice
don't
to
like
meet
it.
you.
That's wonderful.
Nice to meet you, Lord Bookie.
Bucky, this is Twig. Well, Twiggy.
She's gonna pull out the stick. It still has the leash on it.
Oh
Don't feed his ego.
Don't feed his
I'm not
Get
feeding
smacked
him.
by
I'm
the-
introducing
He
him to
gets smacked in the
Twiggy.
side of the head with a book.
Come on, guys. You should know better than to feed someone's ego, especially being around me all
Okay.
the time.
my god.
But I'm not feeding anyone.
But no, that is
Not
everything.
literally.
We should get going.
Yes, we absolutely should get going. Thank you for your time, Lord Neverwinter.
I
I
love
apologize
you.
for the
Thank you.
multiple headaches I caused.
Of course, of course.
While they're walking up, Maya's just fishing with the compass again.
And it will point to the southeast in the direction of the Spellscar.
Okay.
Tomorrow
I'm guessing-
afternoon, he said, right?
Now then, just be careful on your way, and for whatever it means to you, don't anger the wizard. The last thing that we need is an invasion of intelligent spoons or something.
Treat him like a fae. Good rule of thumb. Got it.
Good rule of thumb. Yeah, no, I have no intention of angering him.
And you all leave. At this point, since you guys won't be able to meet him until the next day, what would you like to do?
Well, Art wants to return to the manor to console his mirror.
Jimmy would probably check up on her mom and see if she found out anything about the Mage Hunter.
All right. Palmina, what would you like to do?
I don't really have anything to do. I'll just follow one of the groups.
Okay.
Go with the most people.
Maya?
That or follow Jimmy because it's related to your Mage Hunter.
True.
Yeah, I'll follow with Mage Hunter.
Maya?
She'll probably stay at the manor where Art is,
Understood.
thinking.
Twig?
She's just probably gonna wander around before heading to the manor.
All right. And I know exactly what you're going to do, Richard. Because you got a boat to return.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
He would have walked around with Twig for a minute, to speak with them for a sec, but otherwise, yeah. Yeah, he is going off to move the boat because, yeah, boat, and check in with the siblings.
All right. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to pause for bio break because I need to check on my laundry. We'll
Yeah.
go for about 15.
Okay.
Get a
Alright.
drink, grab a
This gives me
snack.
a moment to test.
If Viral, if you and Mars want to do a quick little heart to heart as you're walking along, you can. Feel free. But I really need to check on my laundry, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, do that.
I'm scared shitless.
Why are you scared?
Oh! Ah!
Um,
Poopy's nose.
I do kind of know, in the sense of background. Also, I have a highly big theory on on the wizard that we're gonna be. I have a high fucking theory, but I don't know if I want to say or not. Because it was something Karma told me on things. And I'm
Stay away
seeing
for
here
a
like
bit.
how he is explained. I'm seeing here like, I swear to fuck.
Yeah.
Man, she's just friends with Seven.
We have the most dynamic of all times in our party.
No, what do you mean?
We definitely have a very interesting party, to say the least.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that I kind of play up the fact that Richard has no idea how to live in a city. He just treats rich people like the Fae.
Yeah, it's usually a good idea.
Yeah. I think Jimmy just kind of naturally picked up because of her time when she was little. Oh.
I just realized that Richard's background to do with it has never come up, so you're just getting that out of context for Richard doing that.
Twig's just Twig.
Twig is Twig. Would you like to have a conversation for a minute? Because Richard did have some things he was going to be asking Twig about.
Sure, I'm fine with it.
Okay, cool. To everyone else, do you
I have no problem listening.
care if it's just here or just
I
move to a
have no
different
problem.
PC for 2-6?
I don't care.
Any opposed?
No.
Alright. And of note, Mars, while they're actually just walking around casually, Richard actually does take off his cloak and just sort of set it and wrap it up in his bag and take off his mask.
Oh.
Yeah. When he's walking around casually, there's not really a point to wearing it. It kind of draws more actually your tiefling. It doesn't matter. He's wearing the mask. He's not wearing the cloak, but he's wearing the mask. Anyway.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah?
This is gonna look completely unimpressive, but, like, we've had access to Steamworks for just shy of a few hours. We've already got multiplayer working. That's being controlled by that's being controlled by the other developer right now.
Yo.
Call him a nerd.
They connected by right-clicking on my name on Steam and hitting join game, too. It fucking works!
Hell yeah.
The visor is broken at the moment, which is why there's a giant red block in the middle of my screen.
Okay.
I think it's funny because I'm still streaming, and right now the screen's on a be right back. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
but they can still hear you guys. And me.
No, they can't.
Well, yeah, this is good. This is good. I trust y'all to see this, but nobody gets to see this until we actually have a decent development copy. This is literally just us testing Steamworks
The
right
chat
now.
can only hear about it. They cannot see.
Yeah, we barely got Steamworks working right now, but this is with a matchmaking system also.
Nice.
Like it's a quick matchmaking system. So we just hit the launch game button and it matchmakes us. Unfortunately, it's peer-to-peer, but limitations
Can I
exist.
appreciate this group? Like, seriously, like, this group's amazing. I love the dynamic with this group.
This group's a lot of fun.
I think the funniest conversation that has happened, like, was Richard and Holmina just sitting there going, "How do we interact with each other?"
Uh-huh.
And then
They're
Ozzy
just kind of
just with
staring
the,
at each other like,
Now kiss!
we're supposed to be social. What's
Ozzy
social? What's
single-handedly
social etiquette?
created a fucking baby boom in Neverwinter.
Richard and Holmina are the two characters that only really interact with when the other characters interact with them.
Well, it's funny because she used to interact plenty, but over time it's kind of become less and less necessary for her to interact with people like directly and say, "Hey, do you want to chat?" It's like just not necessary as much.
Yeah. And then there's our party. Our fucking group of fucking crazy ass lunatics.
I mean, you guys heard the tale earlier of what I did in a mission yesterday. Like, this is
I'm just a
tame.
dude with a bow
I'm
who
just
sees God.
who sees God.
Yeah, no.
I think
If
this might be
you
more
roll
than
a nat
dude.
20 on your perception, I'm just waiting for Karma to say, "You see everyone sat around a table, sheets of paper strewn about the board. You're unable to
not real.
move, and your body feels like plastic."
No.
That's not real.
You look up and you see floating names.
No!
And-
No, not nameplates!
That's not real.
We're not turning him into VR chat roleplay. I refuse.
Richard just shakes his head. Just this isn't real.
This
Anyway.
isn't real.
No, I'm talking about
No.
Discord names in the sense of
You're gonna
like,
I know.
become fucking Deadpool at this rate.
I don't want to be Deadpool. No.
It would be so funny.
All right, though. Shall we actually have a talk, Mars?
Waiting on you. I'm not
Having
trying
fun?
it. I'm just here.
Hey, Twig.
Hmm?
You always just sort of voice everything that's on your mind, huh?
What?
You always just say the first thing that pops into your head, right?
Depends, but mostly yeah. Why?
I was just curious. I think about the things they say a good bit, so. Something I wanted to check, by the way. Where were you before you joined us?
Lost in the woods.
Makes
I
sense.
wonder.
It clarifies everything. Absolutely everything. That I should have realized.
No, I wandered away from our party because we were dealing with some people, and I pissed off the one guy because I played bagpipes and then ran underneath his legs, while everyone else jumped out the windows, and then we got lost in the woods, and they seen it as a game.
So you got separated from your old party.
I'm bad with directions.
Mm-hmm.
And light shined on me, and then I didn't feel anything for a while, and then I woke up falling, and then I got eaten, and then now I'm here.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That answers so many questions.
I see that you're very skilled at understatement. Did you know that?
What?
You use so little words to say that so many things happened.
I mean, there was more, but
Yeah, I know. I'm not like you're fine. I'm just saying. But you don't really have any goal in mind. You don't really know what you're doing.
well, my original goal was to find someone, but I can't do that anymore
Why is that?
because they're not here. They're where I was.
Which plane is that?
I don't remember.
Alright.
I just know they're not here.
Fair enough. Was that your party's goal or your personal goal?
It was my personal goal. Our parties didn't really have a goal. We just kind of got, we technically got bought.
What?
Well, I mean, most of us are paying off crimes, and then we got taken, so, I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Technically got bought to pay off that. I don't know. I don't know what the others did. They were
Fair
fun,
enough.
though.
Was this previous party also dealing with the shadows?
No, I don't think so.
Alright. But you don't really know what you're doing going forward until you can get back to this plane with this person on it.
Right now, I'm just having fun hanging out with everyone.
Fair enough. Alright. Yeah. I guess I was sort of just sticking back with you because you mentioned that you didn't know if you were going to be following us. So.
Oh, I will. It's just, I don't know. Weird stuff's been happening.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with that weird mark thing that they mentioned. No doubt.
Mm. Okay.
So yeah. Alright. If your intent is to stick with us then, well the better. I'm sure everyone will enjoy that. I still don't know how you made that sound with bagpipes.
A musician never reveals their tricks.
I feel like that's wrong, but I don't know why.
That is wrong. It's not musician,
Omega.
it's magician.
Let me know where
Omega?
you come from.
Huh? Are we talking about the statement? Or are you in?
That was in
Oh,
character.
okay.
That was in character.
Oh,
They're having
oh,
a chat.
That was Richard. That was Richard.
oh, I
Richard
thought,
not
I thought
knowing
it
the
was just a
phrase.
conversation.
No.
No, that was Richard.
They were doing a little bit of
That
back
was
and
Richard
forth.
and Twig.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
It'd be funny though.
I literally thought you were just conversing because I thought we were in intermission.
We
Nah.
are kind of.
Yeah, no.
That's why I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry for not being clearer than I thought I was. Yeah, no, I meant.
I was like
had asked
away
if
for
anyone
like a
was
little
opposed
bit.
with
That's
that.
probably why.
Yeah. I still can't believe I Side note, I checked it. I do have a 24. 24 passive insight.
Oh.
But, to continue with that. Either way. Alright. I guess I was just a bit curious about that. Yeah, though. No doubt that, I mean, seems likely that the group's going to be heading towards what Maya's got going on either way. So, I don't doubt that if your situation does end up coming up, they'd be happy to follow you there too.
I doubt it will, but it's okay.
You know, I didn't think that my situation would come up either, and it was the first place we went, so I think we might be surprised. For better or for
Maybe.
worse.
If we do, then yeah, but I'm not gonna focus on it, you know? There's other stuff to worry about.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay then.
Any more questions?
No, not really. Sorry if I felt like I was interrogating you. I just was
Oh, no,
curious.
it's fine. That wasn't an interrogation. I'm used to those.
I'm sorry, but yeah, no. If there's anything you wanted to ask me, feel free. But
Where are we?
city, plain, or like region of the world where
Where in the city are we? I just kind of went into a random direction.
oh, we're in the city. I don't know the name of it, but I know how to get to the manor.
That would be good to know, because I don't know where we are.
I don't know like what part of the city this is. I don't know anything like that. The only thing I know is where the Spellsker is, where the rich people are, and where Art is in the rich people area.
I don't know where anything is.
It's a good thing that I went with you then, because I'm very good at directions.
I'm not. Lead the way to the manor.
Yeah, alright.
Wow.
Anything else that was on your mind? Or just where are we?
No, that's all.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. And that is that. But yes, sir.
My mental state when Mars said in character, like, I doubt they'll follow me. It's like, yep. Think again. Think again.
No, she was doubting that they'd run into
That
a
it would come
problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's a specific thing that Twig was looking for back in her old campaign that we never technically found.
Now, I need to ask, is that in a different, like, table for the Shadow Invasion, or is that
No,
an entirely
it was
different
a-
campaign?
It was an entirely different campaign.
Okay. Okay, cool. So it's the same thing
That
that
was one of the
Homina had.
nuts.
Yeah, technically, Twig's old campaign technically ended with their death. That thing that happened, the lighthouse shined on her and she dissolved into mist. That was her death.
Oh. And then she ended up here.
Yeah, falling from the fucking sky.
Okay then. Yikes.
have such an interesting party group.
Yes, we do.
And I absolutely love it.
I need to point out, we have, like, 3 or 4 characters that by all rights should be edgy as hell.
I didn't want to make
and there is edge, but there is also a point. Like, there is also a point and humor to it, so, you know.
Which 4
Because-
characters?
Homina, Richard, Jimmy, Twig.
Wait, Jimmy's supposed to be edgy?
Purely off of aesthetics. And I don't mean Jimmy's design, I'm specifically talking about Changeling Warlock.
Ah.
Yeah. And, like, Homina and Richard are the edgiest characters in the party.
I mean, yeah, my character was literally like a death devotee in the previous campaign that I was
Yeah,
part
exactly.
of. So like, she literally is edgy. The only reason that she isn't as much anymore is because the previous group, and this group both kind of softened her significantly from how her backstory was originally.
Apologies for the delay.
Yeah. Welcome back.
All good.
We were just talking about how half the group looks like they're like could be edgy as hell, and yet there are only 2 edgy characters, and they're both the paladins.
Yeah.
She may have some small problems, but Twig's just Twig.
Yeah.
Maya's a little edgy, and they're not a paladin.
Maya can have some edge. The characters that, like, by stereotypes are the edgiest, air quotes, are like in ascending order: Jimmy, Twig, Rich, and then I almost said Maya. Homina. And Richard is gaining on Homina. Because Homina's going down, Richard's going up.
Yeah.
I'd make a bad joke right now, but I'm streaming.
Why is
Yeah,
Rich?
no, I heard it. That's what the reaction was.
Why is Rich?
Oh no, it wasn't about Rich, but about what Richard said.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Anyway.
I'm asking why Richard is becoming more edgy.
That's a good question.
Because his goal failed. The child is now literally a god because he didn't succeed.
His goal was to bring his brother /
home.
alternate self home.
To bring him to the life that Richard felt he stole from him. Richard not only failed, he failed so completely that he literally got told by Z, "That's not my home. I don't want to go back there."
Because just as easily as Richard feels that he took Z's home, Z never knew that home.
Yeah.
Because Z was taken when he was born.
Pretty much. He was taken at the earliest convenience.
Can I still say Sibylla's a petty ass bitch?
Oh yeah,
Why is
absolutely.
that?
He is.
Bro, we challenged her. She's like, nah, fuck this. I don't want to fight y'all.
No,
Here,
the whole
have the
reason.
crown.
No, the whole reason why Richard's scenario happened, in the sense of his brother being taken and him being a thing, was because Jimmy made the pact with She Who Wanders to get out of the Feywilds.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not really a petty thing. It's like,
No.
you
Oh, yeah,
were
no,
going
it's
to
entirely
be her
petty.
heir.
No. Here's the thing. Zybilna said I cheated.
Like, she didn't even want Jimmy to be the heir specifically. She only thought of the heir after Jimmy was
It's
released.
just the thought of someone being taken.
Mm.
Yeah.
You cheated. You got taken twice.
Her,
Yeah.
her game
That's
was
not-
disrupted, and she had to think of a new one because someone didn't play by her rules. That's what she meant by cheated.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, me, I'm
Rules
just
that
like,
Jimmy
hey, I
didn't
built you a
even
cool
know
castle.
were a thing.
No one ever
You
knows
didn't
space
have a
rules.
choice.
All right. Well then, Anything RP related happened while I was gone?
Just a
Richard
conversation
and
between Rich and
yeah,
Twig.
Twig and Richard had a talk.
Yep.
Excellent. So,
Richard just got a little bit of context about Twig's past and the fact that they come from a different campaign and they are not expecting to see like their previous goals. So Richard is just like, okay, if you're just gonna stay with us, that's fine. Either way, if it comes up, we'll worry about it then.
imagine being from a different campaign.
Could
On
not be
Bastic side, I
me.
had Holmina.
Yeah.
Could not be me. Definitely didn't try to get in a former character from another campaign that had the 3-session curse and got told no.
Definitely. Yeah, that's why you were wearing Mars just for the last thing before we continue. After getting Twig to the manor, Richard then walked off towards the dock to get the rowboat he needs to take back over to a specific place and bring it over there.
Okay, that's fine.
I was saying that
So-
for Mars' sake, but you...
So with that out of the way, is Twig just gonna hang out at the manor then?
She's just going to when fuck names.
Richard?
When Richard leaves, she's just gonna walk to the sitting room and just play her bagpipes for a while.
As soon as you step in the door, one of the servants asks what you'd like to do and then shows you to the sitting room when you say you want to play.
Yeah, so she's just gonna be playing those for a while. It's a mix of songs. It's like happy things like that. There will be
Through the fire
times
and
where
the
they
flames
start. There will be times where the music starts getting sadder before quickly changing to happy again.
Twig's forcing themselves to feel happy.
Technically, yes.
All right. So, those who are going to Jimmy's mom. That would be Jimmy and Homina.
Yep. Oh my god. No. No.
It was
Thank
in
you
the
for that.
open. It was in the
Thank you
open.
for that. So, gotta blast. No,
Oh
that's
my
not.
god.
Brain blast.
So, Jimmy Neutron references aside, your mom basically had given you instructions on where she would be,
Mhm.
and in this case, she's just kind of. She's been spending her time here in Neverwinter with an old friend, and they've been letting her tinker at their place.
Okay.
It would also be in the same neighborhood as Arts Manor, in all honesty. A bit closer, not on the same side of the lake, but more around. Oops, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. More in. I would like this to actually. You know what? I'll do it like this. More in. That's
Like
a
that?
big area. In this area, roughly.
If you do the select thing, you can still do this.
Yep. So, roughly in this area,
Okay.
and you know, the lake itself seems relatively peaceful. Curiously enough, there seems to be a large serpent in the lake that seems to just be happily going about its business.
Nice.
Children riding on top of it and having fun.
Oh, that looks
Big turd.
fun!
I give it 3 before Jimmy tries to ride it.
3 what specifically?
Indeterminate. I cannot disclose at this moment.
With your perception, Jimmy, you notice that a good majority of those children seem to have rabbit ears. And standing on the shore in the direction that you're walking towards is a tall rabbit woman. who just has her arms crossed and is staring, watching the children like a hawk. At some point, she just places her thumb and forefinger to her lips and blows out a shrill whistle that gets all of their attention. Before she screams out, "Stop climbing on the snake's face!" And then lets them continue to play. And as you get closer still, you hear the sound of a hammer striking an anvil, and turning towards a nearby yard-like area with the fence open, you see Jimmy's mom just hammering away at some pieces of metal with the Shadow Hunter just hovering nearby.
Hey, Ma!
Hello, dear. Let me just... She hammers out a few more things on the item she's working on before picking it up, and it looks like she's been working on a kitchen knife.
What project?
Oh, just doing a favor for my friend. Her knives were getting a bit dull, so I figured I'd at least sharpen them for her.
Ah. So, have you figured out anything with, Helmina's Mage Hunt, the Shadow Hunter?
Oh, a few things. Give me 1 second. Hey! Lena! And she just throws the cleaver, blade first, at the, rabbit woman. And then Rabbit Woman just doesn't even look. She just holds up a hand, grabs it before it hits her, looks at it.
Holy cow!
Thanks. That's the last time I allow them to smack anything with my knife. I just had to restraighten it, that's all. And then she just flicks it and puts it away before continuing to watch her children.
Huh.
Old adventuring friend.
Ah, okay. Is she one
So-
from the stories that you used to tell?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's for dang sure. I'll introduce you properly when she isn't like that.
Ah. But anyway, what have you found out, Ma?
Ah, right. So I learned a bit more about its power source and how it's all connected. Was able to fix a few things, so it was getting a bit on in years, but I was able to refurbish a few things, make things a little better. Had to replace a couple of bits and bobs, but you know, hopefully those modifications will hold.
Jimmy looks at Helmina.
I don't think it was deliberate. We don't know much about it.
Yeah.
A lot of the symbols on it were, again, from an old empire. There's somebody nearby who runs a museum. He was able to tell me that these were utilized to literally find shadows that had possessed people and essentially attack them. Since, again, this was a war, they weren't really worried about saving anyone, and I don't think they knew how to.
I mean, it took us a bit to figure out how anyway.
Yeah.
But from what I hear tell, the main issue with them was the fact... the reason why they can do what they do is because the shadows at the time utilized a lot of magic. So they made these in order to better deal with that. The issue is that if they're used for any other purpose, they still have that anti-magic capability.
Yeah, we kind of found that out because a few of them were corrupted by the shadow when we found them.
But yes, that aside, I was also able to kind of figure out the brain area, for lack of a better term.
Oh?
So, there was something preventing it from properly receiving orders, which I was able to clear up a bit. It does recognize your friend here as its commanding officer, but it was left in a mode where it would follow them or follow whoever they designated and react to the presence of shadows.
So,
That explains why. Well, why it follows.
It was basically set on protect mode.
so what is it like now?
It's still on there technically, or it's more standby at the moment. I was able to figure out some of the commands. I've written them down. Here we go. And they pull out a thin journal, hold it out to Homina. You might want to study them a bit. They have to be worded pretty carefully, but for the most part, they're pretty straightforward. Stop, attack, don't attack.
So it's basic commands.
Basically, but there are more advanced settings. You can also get it to transform whenever you wanted to, as opposed to it only becoming the bug form when you need it.
Interesting.
I was also able to... They go behind the Mage Hunter and pull out what looks like a very modified saddle. Get you something a little more comfortable.
Oh. Okay.
You could ride it now.
I guess I can, technically, yeah.
I mean, you kind
She's
of
kind
did.
of staring at it. I mean, yes, but it wasn't a problem.
I mean, you are in heavy armor, but at the very least, this should be a little more comfortable. Especially if you ever decide to have someone else ride it, that's not you.
Hmm. Okay. That's fair.
You good?
Alright. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll put it on to it whenever you're done looking it over.
Alright. I wasn't able to find out too much more, but at the very least I was able to get it a bit tuned up.
Okay.
It did react a bit oddly 4 days ago, though.
How so?
It flopped. Like, it stopped hovering and then kind of fell onto the floor.
Did they get back up on its own, or...?
Eventually. It actually helped me out because I was able to take a look at a few things without it being consistently right side up.
Odd.
When did it fix itself?
Amusingly, yes. No, today. Just earlier today.
4 days.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory on why that is, but I'm not too sure. Because me and my group got yoinked for a little bit.
Again?
Again.
Where did you go this time, dude?
We ended up in a dark place. Spooky eye caused most people to go mad.
I'd be surprised if that worked on you, dear, but is everyone else in your party alright?
Yeah, we got these marks. Boss says that it's a means of protection, but she's not too happy at the moment. Last I checked on her. Cause
Sounds serious.
Spooky Eye is related to an entity that apparently puts a lot of blame on her. So, or like frames her with a lot of shit it does. So she's not too happy on seeing it.
Are you sure you want to continue adventuring or going on this particular adventure?
I'm good! I'm good, Ma! I'm good. I don't mind. Plus, I want to help out.
I blame your father for that mentality.
I also blame you.
I'm innocent.
Call out post.
I mean, you're the one that keeps on telling me awesome stories of your heydays.
Well, I couldn't really keep you ignorant of the world, dear.
Yeah.
Just promise me you'll be careful, huh?
I'll be careful. Also, don't trust anything related to the Traveler.
Already got that. Apparently, my friend's son had a lot to say about that.
Okay.
In fact, they've dealt with a lot of shadow items as well, shadow creatures as well.
We also did find out some neat things in the sense of, like, if I haven't told you yet, about curing Chow stuff. If you want to hear. Remove curse.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Insidious.
Yeah, that helps with heals in the sense of, like, anyone who's been attacked by shadows. So.
You heard that, Lena? Thumbs up. That's good to know.
Just in
Honestly, some of Lena's children were taken by the shadows way back when.
We do not know how it affects someone who's been stuck for so long, but we do know there is a possibility of saving them if they're taken.
Well, I'll do my best to make sure that this information spreads, dear. Are you going back to the manor, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
I'll
going to
join you in
be going to apparently a mad wizard tomorrow afternoon.
Which mad wizard?
One called Small?
Of
No.
course it is.
Yeah,
Of course it is.
You
Of
know
course
him?
it is. Of course it is.
Small, you know him?
Very few
Sorry.
people.
What?
Sorry, I was out of it.
Oh, you're fine.
Very few people don't know about Smalls in this neck of the woods, but Lena and I had the quote-unquote pleasure of traveling with one of their apprentices.
Oh, how did that turn out?
They're actually a sweetheart, just Smalls was a bit overprotective.
Huh.
Let's just say we saw a lot more of him than we wanted to.
I hope it's not as bad as boss.
I would prefer dealing with Boss than this person.
That's says a lot. That says a lot. Holy cow. That says a lot because I know how much she appears and such when I was growing up.
Oh yeah, no. Smalls was worse. But I guess you'll see that. Lena. Any chance you can make brownies? I'll get it done. We'll give you a gift to help smooth things along.
Oh? I guess they have a sweet tooth?
That's like saying I'm guessing magic exists.
Okay, they definitely have a sweet tooth.
Now then,
Mhm.
I think I'm going to go back to the manor with you, dear.
Oh?
I've been tinkering all day. And again, Lena, I don't know what happened that caused those knives to be bent that way.
How bad were
Just
the
don't let it
knives?
happen again.
How bad were the knives?
Bad. Luckily, Lena can sharpen them herself, but she just needed me to help them straighten them out.
Like, how bad were they bent?
Have you ever seen a pretzel?
Oh my god, what? What?
Yeah.
Do I even want to ask her how that happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, let's go.
Okay.
They smack the back of the Shadow Hunter. It gets up to float, and it's basically nudging against Homina. Just thud. Thud.
She
Thud.
she gets the saddle and starts putting it on. All right, we're about to get going.
You've given me an idea.
What?
Just wait till you hear the voice for him. In any
I'm just
case,
imagining. I'm just imagining getting a saddle for Duke.
He doesn't need a saddle. I just sit atop him lavishly.
It'd be even better if he had a saddle.
Why would I need a saddle on a chest? That would just look weird.
That's
He
the
would look like
point.
an ottoman.
No. See, you get a saddle for Duke, so Duke can ride on things.
Oh my god.
It's just a harness, so I can wear him as a backpack. But I have a haversack, so that wouldn't work.
No, you wear him in the front like a baby carrier. All right. Speaking of art,
Hello.
so you were going to you went back to the manor.
I went back to the manor because apparently my mirror was upset.
As soon as you enter, you see the relieved faces of all of your help, and on one of the walls, you see your reflection fall down on their knees and look like they're crying out of relief.
I called ahead and said I was fine.
They look up and just are flailing wildly at you. You assume that they're speaking, but since they've taken on your form, you can't really see the mouth. But they seem very angry / worried as
they're
just
imitating me.
gesturing at you.
Can I perceive what they're trying to say?
Well, I mean, they're holding up 4 fingers, so, you know, you assume it's something about being gone for 4 days.
Can I do insight to see if I recognize the body language well enough to just understand the entire thought?
Sure. In fact, I'll give you You don't need it.
I don't need it.
In fact, we'll give you advantage. Never mind. Imagine needing advantage. Couldn't be me. No,
Looks back at the 2 crit fails in chat. Anyways.
So, it's basically along the lines of, do you know how worried we've been when we didn't hear about you? You were gone for 4 days. What the absolute fuck were you doing for 4 days that you couldn't respond to us? Things like that.
Okay. So one thing at a time. There is no longer slavers on Smuggler's Cove. Smuggler's Cove was a living island. The island is now alive, and I have a deal with it to build the casino atop its back in exchange for protection. We were gone for 4 days because a deity that was referred to as both the Traveler and something of Twilight, I can't fucking remember, it was too edgy for my memory to hold, took us for 4 days, killing a bunch of the smugglers, and then a bunch of our deities and
Also driving a bunch of mad.
protectors.
It didn't just...
And it drove everyone else mad, but we were fine because we have the power of God and literature on our side. And yeah, no, that's pretty much everything. That's what happened. That's why we were basically just gone for 4 days. It was a time skip, same as we had on the boat, but in reverse because this time it took longer rather than shorter.
As you talk, they're just staring at you incredulously.
Yeah, no, I find it rather unbelievable as well, but this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
They throw their hands up exasperatedly, cross their arms, give you a look, kind of like, don't let this happen again, before walking off.
You think I wanted this to happen? Good gods! I hate these time skips. The last time I had... Do you know how much I hate the thought of another time skip? This is the 3rd one I've been involved in.
Maya, when you initially walk in, you see basically, Art consoling the mirror version of him as if he's talking to his significant other who hasn't seen him in 4 days.
You two lovers have fun with that. I'm going upstairs taking that.
Oh god, this makes me look even more vain than I am.
At the mention of that, the mirror just kind of like blinks, looks at Maya, thinks a moment, then places their hands over their head, and then as they like have their hands hover over their scalp backwards, you just see long, luscious blonde locks, and then they're suddenly in a dress, but it's still like Art.
Oh my god!
Aetherborn don't have hair!
Well, they do now.
They grab their hair, lift it to show that it's a wig, and then put it back.
Gods, you are entirely too smooth.
You know what? Maybe I should stay down here and watch the show. Fuck the map.
Well, I believe it's fine. Good news. Yeah, the casino plans will be proceeding as intended.
They think a moment, staring at you, before looking behind them, and you suddenly see an image of the island. And then, much like as if you were playing a city builder sim, you see a faded out image of the hotel and of the casino, and they're just kind of like moving it over as if asking, where's it gonna be on the island?
Art points to the location that the Merchants Guild associates and his workers decided would be the ideal location.
They look, they think about it, they nod, they set it down, but instead of a singular building, they add a couple more to, like, kind of surround it. And then, essentially they make mention. They kind of like show a large number of people on the island, just kind of like appearing, going to the casino, and then going to these other buildings.
Ooh. I mean, I thought of having it integrated, but having separate buildings and the like wouldn't be a horrible idea. I might have to reconsult the blueprint table.
After a bit, the image vanishes, and there's a question mark as they look at you, going, "What now?"
That is the question. That is the question. We've been gone for 4 days, but to us it only feels like we've been gone for a few hours. And because of that time skip, none of us are really tired.
It would be around this time that Twig would come in, be shown to the sitting room, and then start playing the bagpipes.
Sound of bagpipes echoing through the halls.
Sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Our lives are a horror movie.
Real. Which sitting room were they escorted to?
I don't know. Would it be one
Whichever
that's
one it
more
was,
soundproof
it's
or
now the
less?
worst one.
I would assume if they disclosed what they were going to do, more soundproof, but this is really up to Mars here.
I mean, would they have said, "I want someplace to play music," or "I want someplace to rest"? Mars?
She'd probably say rest and then just play the music.
Understood.
Okay, yeah, so you weren't shown to a soundproofed one, so yeah, it's just echoing through the
So
corridors.
it's most likely the either the eastern or the western, since the southern one, which is the worst one, would be the most soundproofed.
Yep.
That way, no one hears the torture machines. I mean, what?
That-
My Rube Goldberg room.
But yeah, was there anything else you wanted to consider?
Well, now that Art's been given ideas by the Mirror, he's going to be heading back to his study to draft this, and that's where he's going to take his rest, because I'm assuming we're doing that.
Understood. So, Maya, you saw all of this play out. I'm going to guess that once everything's said and done, you get bored and decide to just fuck off somewhere else.
Go off into a room, just nap, yeah.
Understood. That just leaves Richard.
Hey?
Yes, you. So, you got the ship, you're taking it to the place, and you're checking up on the siblings.
Yes.
Who are fine now, they're just a bit shaken.
Reasonably.
Now, they are located in the slums around the Spellscar. Just letting you know. Like, you know this.
Yeah. Richard's going to ask them if they happen to know the two that were not, caught in with the Lord of Twilight stuff. He was going to ask them specifically if they knew anything about the weird wizard guy that apparently lives in the Scar itself.
I mean, there's the tower. No one really approaches it.
Anyone ever walked out of it?
Not really walked. Wasn't there that one guy that got thrown out the window? Yeah, but he flew afterwards. That was kind of weird, but yeah.
A lot of magic is weird. Okay.
There was
So
someone who
you-
also crashed in there. Yeah, the tower fixed itself.
What do you mean crashed? Like they were flying in and rammed into it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay. So the only way to get there is to fly? From what you guys know?
I mean, those two stood out because there was a lot of screaming involved. I don't know if anybody else has actually gone in or out.
Fair.
Yeah, we just kind of like stay away from it because of the weird lights and laughing.
Probably a good call. Probably a good call. Okay then.
Occasionally, we do see these weird birds going in and out.
Weird how?
They were bird shaped, but I don't think they were birds. Yeah, I think one of them was made out of paper.
Hey Karma.
Hmm?
Is it reasonable to assume that the shape of a paper airplane would be something that a commoner might be aware of?
Not a paper airplane because they don't have a concept of an airplane.
Didn't think so. But like, well,
but
it's just a shape that's aerodynamic. If they wouldn't be an airplane, it would be called something else. But
I mean, you did literally see the Lord of. No, did you go with them?
and
You went with them. Yeah, you did. You saw the Lord of Neverwinter basically have a origami bird formed in front of him out of a book and fly
origami
out.
crane, origami. I don't know the word origami, but I know it's a folded paper thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Weird folded paper things. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
But yeah, luckily the other two are getting a bit better. They keep on muttering about an eye, but we're helping them.
Yeah. It wasn't pleasant. They should be alright, but yeah. If they need anything and need me for anything, let me know. Okay?
All right, we'll let you know through the sending stone.
Of course. Yeah.
And thanks for bringing back the boat.
Of course. Yeah. He seems almost mildly confused that he wouldn't, so, you know.
Well, I mean, you never know. I mean, with the kind of stuff you have to deal with, it could have sunk.
You know, that didn't occur to me. I'm glad it didn't. I'm very glad it didn't. It's not meant to go that fast.
Huh?
Something one of the guy with no mouth made a boat earlier and it was fast. Anyway. Magic's weird.
They give you an equally confused look before slowly nodding. Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
So, did you need to do anything else, or? Bless you.
Think of anything else that Richard would have been doing right now off the top of my head.
Okay.
I am a little bit out of him, not gonna lie.
Okay. So, Richard would likely come back then, and everybody gets a nice long rest at the manor.
Yeah.
And I think we can push forward.
Yes.
Yeah!
The next day, you have your appointment. Is there anything that you would like to do before then?
Probably pick up the brownies that Jimmy's mom's request told her friend to make.
Fair enough.
Jimmy would probably mention that apparently the wizard has a sweet tooth.
Apologies, I stepped away for a second. Did I miss anything?
We're moving forward. We're at the next day.
Gotcha.
Jimmy has
assume we
mentioned
long
that
rested.
apparently Theodore Smalls has a sweet tooth. And yes, this is a long rest. You get your 3rd level spell slot back.
Yippee.
So, with that mentioned, is like everyone going to just go with Jimmy, pick up the brownies, and go? Like, is there nothing else nobody wants to do?
Art really doesn't know what the fuck to do with this guy, because if he's
Hmm.
equally eccentric, this might clash. And that's not good.
They might clash, or they might echo chamber. Either way, it's terrible.
Yeah, both
Do
are not
we
good
get
options.
instructions on where to go or anything of that sort of like how are we gonna?
Maya has the pocket watch that's leading towards.
So, there is that, but most importantly, come the morning, a messenger from Lord Neverwinter arrives and hands Art's hired help a letter. The letter then goes up to Art, it's handed to him, and upon opening is a series of instructions from Lord Neverwinter.
Oh my, I read this out loud to everyone.
From the office of Lord Neverwinter to Artorius, the first and last. In order to reach the wizard Theodore Smalls, you must make your way to the Spellscar. When you are able to see the wizard tower, all you really need to do is shout that you have an appointment, and you will be entered into the tower. Make sure that you say this as loud as you can so that they can possibly hear you. Who knows what is happening there. If you have any means of amplifying your voice, do so.
Thaumaturgy? Good to know.
The way in should be relatively easy. Good luck with everything else. Sincerely, Lord Neverwinter.
Alright, well here's our instructions, everyone.
I'm gonna leave the shouting to you.
Alright. Anything else? Just making sure I don't skip over anybody's plans.
If anybody's got the plans, now's the time.
Understood. So, with that out of the way, I'm guessing as a group alongside Jimmy, you make it again to Lena, who is Jimmy's mother's friend, I should say.
I was about to say that's not her name.
And again, everyone sees like the sheer number of bunny folk around. The mother just steps forward, nods at Jimmy, and holds out a platter of brownies.
Thank you. I'll make sure I'll return the plate. Okay?
Don't bother, he'll probably magic them back.
Ah, okay.
Or he'll keep them.
Okay.
If you ever get the chance to do so,
Mm-hmm.
punch him in the nose and say it's from me.
I feel like that might cause us some problems.
If you get a chance.
Yeah. Keyword.
Goodness knows everything else I've tried doesn't reach him. Well then.
I'll try.
Hmm?
No guarantees on the punching, but we'll see.
If he asks, they're double chocolate chip cheesecake brownies.
I
you
don't
trying
even
to
have a
kill him, man?
stomach, and now I feel hungry.
These
Oh.
things are guaranteed to rot your teeth.
I'll keep that note. Thank you again.
Have fun, and if he gives you any trouble,
I'll let
well,
you. I'll let you guys know.
no, just starting to take away his brownies.
Oh. Okay.
Take care and don't do anything too dangerous.
We'll try. No guarantees.
And then off you go.
Yep, off we go.
It doesn't take you too long, but you eventually make it in time to the spell scar. The tower itself stretches a good 60 feet out of the spell scar. So it's relatively tall. It doesn't look like it has any doors, though there are plenty of windows. And there's a number of things sticking out from it from all ends. There's like a ridiculously long telescope that's pointed up at the stars. Another one that seems to be aimed towards the sea. There's several weather vanes that seem to be arcing lightning between them. And a large number of floating rocks that are closer to the base than anything else. The closer that it gets, the Shadow Hunter just seems to slow down and hesitate to go any closer to the tower. Warning. Warning. High amounts of ambient mana.
Would anything happen to Art as we approach this area?
The closer you get, the more energetic you feel, like you're being filled with energy.
Oh boy, he's gonna be shining like a goddamn beacon by the time we're in there. The more magic in his system, the brighter he glows.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I feel amazing, actually.
You're glowing.
Well, I'm always glowing.
You're glowing brighter than normal.
I don't see what you're... Oh, maybe I am. Well, I mean, I guess this makes me even more of a light in people's lives.
Warning. Warning. Pun detected.
There's a scanner for that?
It does now.
Apparently.
My mom did some work on it.
Preparing anti-pun defenses.
Uh-oh.
No, it has a sense of humor, it seems.
I mean, that's all.
All of a sudden,
I'm sorry,
all
am
of a-
I the only one that heard anti-pun defenses?
Yeah, no, I heard
All of a
that.
sudden-
I'm waiting on the description.
all of a sudden, from it, you just hear a rush of air as if someone fired an air cannon, just a whoop, and something is lobbed right at Art. It looks spherical, slightly plastic looking, and when it hits, unfortunately, it
Wait,
splatters him with water.
Wouldn't it need to hit my AC?
Ah, that is a good point. That is a good point. What's your AC again?
15.
Understood. Then I will do... I am on the wrong thing, my goodness.
Like, wait a minute, I'm rolling a dex save. I don't need to roll a dex save. I have an armor class for this.
That is true. That is true. That is going to be... Oh, I need the advanced roller. Getting used to this new thing is weird. Target number is 15.
I like the mental image that Richard gets halfway through the statement. I'm sorry, am I the only one that heard pun defense system?
So, you would have needed to roll a dexterity save anyway. So,
Wait, it tied?
no. So, the sphere misses, hits the ground near you, and then when it hits, it explodes in water that goes 5 feet around it, which was near you, and you didn't make the dex save, so you get splashed.
What did my mom give you?
Well, seems pretty useful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an improvement. At least now we don't have to deal with puns anymore.
No, you don't understand. This is only gonna make it worse. Now there's a challenge.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
It's okay. When he dies eventually, because the pun defenses get worse, we know why.
Jimmy just looks over to, like, the Shadow Hunter and goes, "What did my mom give you?"
Yes.
You have... Wait.
I'll take that as
What
a
the
very, very
fuck?
good improvement.
What the fuck?
Program dancer.
Honestly, it seems like
Yes.
it's a very big improvement.
That's cool as shit.
I mean,
Why is that a phrase people use?
My
That doesn't make
mom-
any sense.
my mom kind of did say she did some tinkering to it, so...
My brain said that she's only had it for a day. How'd she get that much done? Then I remembered that
It's
she's
4
had it for
days.
at least 5. Yeah, I
4
know.
to 5, yeah. No, she had it for a day before you left, so...
Yeah,
Exactly.
so about 5 days.
Yeah, exactly. At least 5.
About a week, yeah. Alright, so, moving forward, you make it to the designated spot.
Should we just yell normally or use the rubber chicken?
Alright, this is your job. You're louder than everybody.
I mean, yeah, it's probably true. I should be able to cast it on one of you, though. I'm going to try and take a back seat on this one.
I can probably, yell out.
Or cast Thaumaturgy on Jimmy.
Hello! We have an appointment!
Now, when Jimmy shouts this, it echoes through the chasm. So you just hear, "Hello, hello, hello, hello. We have an appointment, man." And suddenly, it's like everything goes still. The floating rocks, which were originally like hovering up and down slightly, just freeze in place. The large telescope that's pointing out to sea slowly turns and looks down at the group, which is weird
Jimmy
because
gives
it's
a
sticking
wave.
out of a window, but it like bends to look down at you all.
Jimmy's still holding the plate of brownies, but she's also waving.
The telescope kind of stretches out until it's actually facing you guys, looks at the plate of brownies, looks up at Jimmy, looks at the rest of you, looks at the brownies again before reeling back. And then, before anyone can say anything, there's a brief flash of light and you're no longer standing at the edge of the spell scar. And instead, where did that go now? Where did that go?
Where did it come from?
Where do we go now?
Well, I had it. Was it one of the ones that accidentally got deleted? Fuck. Shoot. It was. Dang it. Alright. Instead, you are all
Gonna use this one instead, because I'd rather not keep you on there. In what appears to be just a relatively cozy looking living place. Just gonna drag somebody on here. Where's my mad wizard? right here.
We're in a sort of lull. My parents require assistance with dinner, so I must drop out.
Oh, understood.
My apologies, gamers.
You're
this
fine.
is partially why I'm taking the back seat. I had a sneaking suspicion I'd need to take a step out. I did not realize I
Okay.
would need to leave out.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. Before actually meeting the Mad Wizard, we will pause because I want. I definitely would have wanted Art's reactions to things.
You don't have to pause on my behalf.
Really?
I mean,
okay,
like,
we'll move forward.
We move on without people all the time. I feel
That's
bad
fair.
being like the one exception to that rule.
All right.
Y'all keep going. I'll be fine.
Okay.
We got the important stuff for Art out of the way now. Have fun.
There you
Don't do
are.
anything I would do, and definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a nice little gray area in the middle there. Stay in it.
That's fair.
No promises.
Have a good one, guys.
Oh no, that's not them. That's someone else. It was you again, wasn't it? That's right. There you are. So, feel free to draw yourselves in. You will all arrive in this room here. You're there. And then there's also you, and there we go. All right. So, as you all appear, there aren't any like magic circles beneath you or anything. You're just there. Where's Holmina?
I'm here.
Oh, I meant on the map.
Oh, on the map. I didn't drag myself on the map.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There. Let's just put it right there.
Fair enough. All right. But again, you all just appear. There is no glowing circle beneath you or anything like that. It looks like a rather nice lived-in home. A few of the chairs are upended, but it looks like that was more a consequence of how you entered than anything else. Standing close to the edge of the room, you see a young woman with dark grayish skin standing there, and then hovering right next to her is a fairy.
Hello.
Hi. You had an appointment?
Mhm. Yep.
Nice.
We also brought some snacks.
Oh, really? What?
Brownies.
Oh, Dad's gonna love that.
Repeat, what flavor were these?
Double chocolate chip cheesecake brownies.
They're double chip cheesecake.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, that sounds familiar.
A lot.
How did you know to bring brownies?
Talk to my mom, who is from a small adventuring party in the past.
Hmm?
My mom's name. You scroll up slightly to fucking.
I can't believe Loki forgot her mom.
Wow.
I'm sorry, it's been a while. I'm fucking half awake.
Hey, you're better than me. I don't even know Richard's parents' names.
And Nim.
Oh! That explains a lot. Okay. Alright, alright. Well, I'll go ahead and just... They reach over and grab two and hand one to the fairy.
Yep, Jimmy just lets them do that.
Dad's upstairs. He's looking through the telescopes for some reason. I think he's calibrating something.
Okay.
But, I'm Marie, and this is number 367. They
Hello.
point at the fairy who waves.
I'm Jimmy.
Hello.
This is my friend Sparky. She points to Sparky Hunter's shoulder, and
Sparky's staring at the brownies intently.
you're not having any brownies at the moment.
Aww.
Not until the other people have a chance first.
Aww.
Homina, Maya, Twig,
Richard.
Richard.
and Richard. Also Artorias as well. And Ozzy.
I'm terrible with names. I'll do my best to remember them, but
It's no
better
problem.
with
I'm
numbers.
slightly bad with names as well, so I get the I understand the pain.
anyway, feel free to head on up since you have an appointment.
Have a nice time.
I'm just gonna clean up. Teleporting people in is always messy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Not your fault. He just needs to come up with a better teleportation method.
Mm.
Don't tell him I said that.
Jimmy starts heading up.
Alright.
Yes, we
And
follow.
just go ahead and pull yourselves into this room here. Once you get to the top of the stairs, the first thing that you notice is that there is a monkey person, very similar to the Hadozi, walking along the ceiling, just kind of like calibrating some of the machines that are littered all over the walls,
Oh, cool.
looking through them, muttering to himself.
Hello.
They look down at you, but for them it's looking up, obviously.
Hmm?
Oh, right, my appointment! They drop from the ceiling and land very carefully in front of you all. Robe. Snap, all of a sudden they have like a hooded wizard robe around them. I am the Mad Wizard Theodore Smalls! You have trespassed upon my domain!
I brought brownies.
Oh, really? What kind?
Double chocolate chip cheesecake.
They're my favorite. How did you know?
My mom, was the one. Her party mate, made them. My mom's name is Nim.
Chloe's friend, of course. Just going to, and he just grabs a small stack of like 4 for himself.
Yep, Jimmy just lets her do that. Pretty.
Most of them vanish in his hand except for one. Now then, for what reason? And then he sees Maya. Oh.
You know her?
Oh.
Oh, what?
Well, that makes things easier.
Project 474. Interesting. Never expected to see you again.
Wait,
What?
Glad to see you're alive.
474. Mind elucidating us a bit about her situation then? She's not aware of much.
What do you remember? And what are you going by? What's your name?
Maya.
Makes sense. And Do you remember anything from before you woke up?
No.
He makes the brownie in his hand vanish. Right. Not a brownie moment. Once again, I am the Mad Wizard, Theodore Smalls. A pleasure. I have existed throughout the ages and worked on many projects. Some of them I'm not proud of. But in this case, how many decades ago was this? What are you now? 30, 40, 50?
That's a good question. I forget.
Of course you wouldn't remember. Well, a while ago, some friends of mine and I were going to work on a project. As Mad Wizards do, we wanted to create life. In any case, we were attempting to create subjects in order to prove our various theories. Whoever created the best ones would, win personal bets, that kind of thing. Unfortunately, one of our associates decided to cheat. Instead of creating something from nothing or using simple animals, they kidnap people. And at first we didn't know. It's kind of difficult to keep track of what other people are doing. We don't want to be assuming to be stealing other people's research and the like. But, things get a little complicated when important figures vanish. We were able to figure out what our friend was doing and discovered his lab has a tendency of moving it. He's always afraid of someone rushing in and destroying everything as if there's some kind of hero, but now we realize why. And he was trying to combine several living entities in order to fuse their abilities, so to speak, and create a quote-unquote ultimate chimeric being. Any other time, we would have applauded him for his research, but he wasn't using beasts, he was using people, and fine moral lines, people have consciousnesses that would not consent to such things, and we're trying to be better now, we really are, but... Well, we put a stop to all of it, but that didn't really do anything for those who didn't survive his process. There were a couple that did. And in order to make sure that they didn't immediately go mad or immediately attack him upon awakening, he had apparently erased their memories. A couple of them didn't wake up, and we weren't too sure what to do with them. We also weren't sure if we found them all. We found notes. One of them talking about Subject 474. A fusion of a Naga and a giant. Why specifically those two? He had plans in order to have them control all the serpents in the area and grow as large and be stronger than any giant in order to conquer a giant's village in order to get more subjects, but we stopped it before it got to that part.
That's good.
The only thing we were really able to do, since we weren't able to recover the memories, was to place our names in the memories. So that if they ever recalled any of us, they could come find us and get answers. Yes, our old colleague is now no longer amongst the living, and fortunately not amongst the undead, so there's that. It's terrible when one of us becomes a lich.
Maya, you okay?
She is flicking open and close the compass much more often again.
What does she want?
From
Because if she doesn't have any particular goal or wish, then it's just going to spin.
No, it's. I know it's just going to spin. She has a habit of flicking it.
Got
open
it.
and close.
it's her fidget toy now.
She's stimming.
Yeah.
And while it's not much, because my colleagues and I weren't the ones who did this to you, we did feel responsible for this entire endeavor. So, I apologize. At the very least, I know parts of who you were, or parts of who you were. I partially know who the people you were made up of were. There we go, that's better English. One of them was one of the strongest Naga that they could find from the Underdark. They might have had a name, but he never wrote it down. But apparently it was a relatively strong entity, member of their race. The Giantess, however, was a lot easier. She had used to be... She was a princess on the run. Had decided to go off and make a name for herself as an actress. Somehow made her way to the Fey Realms. Apparently,
kind of go wide-eyed. You're in.
Apparently something had happened at that point, and she had come back, but he had somehow been able to capture her when her ornithopter crashed. She wasn't in the best of conditions, according to his notes. Whether this was a bit of altruism on his side, or he just decided it was a easier target, but... That is all. Now, I'm being far too morose for this. I have a reputation to keep. If I don't continue to be a mad wizard, I'll start having to pay taxes.
Yeah.
People might visit me without an appointment.
Okay.
Listen, taxes were a big thing way back when, and I still don't want to pay them.
Why don't you... What do you mean a mad doesn't need to pay taxes?
Who wants to come up to a mad wizard to their doorstep and demand they pay taxes? No one! They're too scared I might experiment on them!
Yeah, that's what I
Twig would
figured.
slowly raise their hand and then lower it after
Thank
hearing
you.
everything.
Thank you, Twig. Okay, that's for a different reason. Anyway,
I wouldn't tell them to pay taxes, but I'd visit. It seems kind of normal.
okay.
Listen, if people think that I'm actually a nice person, they might want me to solve all of their problems with magic. I don't want to do that.
You know what? That's fair.
I haven't existed for untold ages just to help everyone that comes by.
I don't know. I figure helping people is kind of fun, but anyway.
It kind of depends.
Depends on the person.
I was about to say it would kind of depend on person to person.
Where?
I've met some shitty people, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, do you know what the first person asked me when I actually decided to try giving this helping people thing a hand? She walked up to me and asked, "Hey, do you have any magic to make my breasts bigger?"
Oh my god.
I'm just like, why? I have untold magical power and breasts. Seriously?
Yeah, that does not sound like.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, no, and it's just.
It's even worse when they want magic to kill other people. Oh no, we're at war. We want to kill the enemy. They're doing bad things. Do it yourself. You don't need magic for it.
I just like to explore. That's just.
That I can respect. Like, seriously, go out, do things, see things. I'm seeing everything through the weave every day. Always finding new things to do. I never get bored. If I ever get bored, I'd probably let myself.
What's some interesting things you've seen? Jimmy walks off to him, just casually,
The vast multiverse out there. The way the weaves goes from planet to plane to place to people. It's fascinating. Why, back in my day, they had ships that traveled from plane to plane just through the simple flexing of magical power.
I always like to hear stories of what people see and stuff like that. It's always a fascination and always a fun time. It's always fun just to hear how, like, what things people have gotten into and such like that.
By the way, there was this one joke that I played on, like, the people who were building the city way back when. They wanted a lot of land, so I was able to convince a bunch of islands to just, like, not move, because they were living creatures, right? And I'm like, hey, here's your land. There you go.
You
And,
kind of freed one.
They're still like that?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
You used a chaos.
Well, yeah, how else am I supposed to let them not move?
Maybe.
Those are permanent until you undo them.
I didn't make it that oh, I made it that strong.
Yeah.
Whoops.
How many
Yeah.
islands are around here that are actual living?
Hold on.
Because
Give me a moment.
Because apparently in the books they've only known one.
Just give me a moment. Just. And they just start rushing around, trying, fiddling with a few things. Under their breath, the entire time, just going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. They should be around the southern seas, around this point, and they go over to the telescope. Oh, I fucked up. Yeah, that is an angry mama wandering aisle. No longer a game. Nope. Just going to cancel this, and that.
It wasn't just one island, was it?
No. No, it wasn't.
They only knew about the one island.
Shows how much that they explore. So, coastline around Neverwinter is gonna look a bit different.
Not fair.
Ooh, shipping might be a bit different too. Oh well. I'm sure those ships out at sea will be fine.
Yo, Karma, can you look at the DMs and just as a yes or no? I know Rich is going to get it anyways, but
Wait, say
Okay.
again?
So, quick question. As Theodore Smalls is going on all this, I'm not going to ask Jimmy to roll because Jimmy is rather focused on
Yeah.
him. Who is looking at Maya?
Twig's kind of looking everywhere right now.
Okay, alright. Holmina,
Sorry. What was that?
who are you focusing on? The funny monkey wizard man? Or Maya, who had this entire revelation dropped on her?
Probably Maya at this point.
Understood. Those of you, that is Twig, Richard, and Holmina, please roll insights.
Does passive insight qualify for the same thing that normal insight does? Or that passive perception does, where if I would roll and the roll isn't as high as my passive, that it just goes to my passive?
If it's high enough, yes.
Okay.
Not like you needed it.
Apparently not.
And Holmina.
if they're alive.
Holmina?
We lost.
Holmi.
We lost Holmina.
Joe,
Sorry. Yeah.
insight, please.
Oh, yep, sorry.
You focused on something?
My brain is elsewhere today.
Understood. We'll only go for a little bit
9.
longer.
Eh,
Okay. So, Richard and I'll go for Twig. Both of you can see Holmina's going through a lot of different emotions on their face, particularly confusion and anger. The entire time, the wizard Smalls is going off about like the mysteries of the multiverse to Jimmy. This is just going on as she just starts feeling one from the other. Not Holmina, Maya, feel free to go on.
She's probably just going to go downstairs and just ignore everything and just still flicking the compass open and close a lot more often.
I'm guessing at this point Jimmy would look at Maya with a concerned look.
Oh, that's not good. You should probably seat them. I'm probably the last person they wish to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. And Richard's just gonna fall down behind them.
Jimmy also follows.
I heard fall down, so I'm just
So did I.
He was sitting on the banister on the
Follow!
stairs, so he's just dropping. He's just dropping onto the stairs. He was sitting on the banister.
You just hear thud, 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 thud,
Thud,
thud, thud.
Fuck you, throw yourself downstairs.
So you're all downstairs. It's a wider area. Still more than enough room for Maya. The young woman and her fairy friend just kind of like look over and blink.
How do I get out of here?
So if you just want to leave, just press your hand against the door there and it'll teleport you back to where you were.
She heads towards the door.
Okay?
Oh boy.
And then as Richard and everyone else make it to the bottom, you just see a quick flash of light as Maya vanishes.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Maya?
She went that way. Just place your hand against the door and it'll take you back.
Yep. Go
Jimmy.
over heroes from here.
Yeah, Jimmy's just doing that. She's straight up following.
Okay. And what is Maya doing as soon as they return?
Where's the closest tree?
Tree. There's a couple of like fallen, destroyed buildings, but no trees.
Good enough. She is just going the ham on the broken thing, and she does not care about her own body, basically.
Is she bothering to grow, or is she just doing it?
She is growing.
Understood. By the time everyone else leaves the tower, you see large Maya punching the fuck out of broken buildings and wanting to do her best impression of wrecking balls.
She is concerned. Jimmy is just concerned.
And if folks are okay with that, I am perfectly willing to fade to black right here with just the image of giant Maya slamming her fist down into these buildings, not caring that her knuckles are getting bloody, and tears of frustration flowing down her face. And that is where the curtain will fall.
Alright.
Mine's existence is a lie!
Oh my god.
I mean, it's no more a lie than mine is.
Oh my god, they both became edgier!
As soon as, like, out of character, as soon as Maya's done and, like, it's time, Jimmy is gonna just go up and hug. She is not giving two shits. She is gonna hug.
We will start the scene at that point, so you'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
No problem. But in all honesty, you guys are probably going to be watching Maya vent her frustrations for a good while.
Yes, Evan, any thoughts as to how long Maya's gonna need to cool down?
Good hour. Give or take.
Yeah, I think what Richard would do is form a perimeter to just give her room and make sure that there is no one in any of the houses nearby, so that if she does hit them, there's no chance of anyone getting hurt.
The destroyed building, so I mean, yeah, she's not in a clear mind state. So
better to be safe.
Yeah, she's not in a good mind state.
Like I don't want to put the risk. I'd rather just say I'd rather stop you from destroying somewhere that people try to live than somewhere that people are in currently.
So yeah, Maya's a science experiment.
Yes. Now, I will say this. There was a point back in
I
Prismere,
accidentally took it. In this-
yeah, where you all were in like a diva's room. Like it
I
was where the
remember that.
theater was. Yes.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
She was a giant.
She was a giant. Yeah.
So I do have to wonder, did people keep things there? Like I'm fairly certain there was a letter.
Jimmy didn't take the letter. It's still there.
Unfortunate.
The only thing we really took was a stone that was for the shield.
Yeah, you found a like I did not want to go, hey Seven, your character should look there. I tried to make I didn't want to make things too obvious. It's just Seven looked everywhere but where I wanted them to look.
Yeah.
Bro.
Because
That's my luck.
if you had read the note, there would have been a possibility of triggering a memory.
Ah. Well, lovely.
Mm.
I mean, it's gone now. What was it?
No, just a memory of being this person, of like the name, the clan, all of that would have been so familiar, and you would have like had that clue going out of Prismere.
And I actually could have done that one-on-one with the Giants.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, luckily you were. I was able to do the giant shadow that spoke with you, but still, I just find it hilarious.
Well, time to message Cotton and be like, Maya found out she's a science experiment, and just give no context.
Yep.
You know what? I'm doing that now.
No. See, here's what you should do. You should send them a picture of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
And then just say Maya, and then refuse to elaborate.
Exactly.
Even better, I'm doing that.
So, by the way, who here speaks Giant that's not Maya? Because if I remember correctly, no one else.
I don't believe anyone else does, no.
Excellent. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah, no.
Know what? Fuck. Can I just add in that she's just cursing her ass off in Giant?
Sounds perfectly fine.
Neat.
I'm pretty sure we can get the idea just from that alone, to be honest.
He just said, "Oh boy."
Okay. I was double checking Sparky's as well.
It would be hilarious if Sparky spoke Giant, just saying.
It'd be funny.
Alright. So, I'm going to sign off my chat.
Same here.
Alright. Just give me a moment to do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming. I am very grateful for you guys watching and so forth. In the description, there is some means to support me, but also a Discord server you guys can join. Hopefully I'll stream more and such like that, but no guarantees because I've been feeling sick. But I do hope that folks have a good day, good night, good evening, good whatever time is for you all, and I hope I'll see you all next time. Bye.